Welcome to Baker High Wildcats football. And now, Baker High Wildcats football.
Everybody, and welcome again to Memorial Stadium, downtown McClenny, Florida. Getting set for tonight's action. Baker County Wildcats at home tonight here at Memorial Stadium, taking on the Commanders from Ed White High School over on the west side of Jacksonville. I'm Mike Cruz, joined as always by Jackie Baker. We're set to bring you all the action. 2020 Baker County Wildcat football right here on WFBB 97.5 FM. Want to just pass along a couple of notes here that, the game can be found on the YouTube link. And Jackie, you can pass along where folks can go. I think there's a Facebook page or something out there with a YouTube link, and so you can actually watch tonight's game live streaming, courtesy of Daily Growl TV and those folks down there led by Jeremy Height and his team, and hear the radio broadcast at the same time.
Yeah, it's bakerk12.org/BCHS. So that's where the live stream can be found, and you'll hear our voices plugged into that as well. And if you're in the car, you can go to 97.5, search WFBB.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, I forgot I got a text.
Well, yeah, and there's multiple ways you can listen. You can listen in the car, 97.5 FM, and that's right around the McClenny area, Glen St. Mary, somewhere in the Baker County area. You can do that. Then you can go to the Facebook page where Daily Growl TV is. The Glen Baptist Facebook page also has a link for the recording. And then, Jackie, if you can't find any one of those things, you can go to TuneIn. Download the TuneIn app on your phone and search up WFBB. And when you pull up WFBB on TuneIn, that brings the radio station in. You can hear us that way. So lots of ways to listen to Wildcat football tonight. The Wildcats getting set to host Ed White here on our home field. The Wildcats coming out of the tunnel tonight wearing white pants with the red jerseys trimmed in white numerals with the black helmets. Ed White in all white. They've got the white pants with the white jerseys and the yellow helmets tonight. Ed White, a winner last week, Jackie. Week 1, they took on Menendez. St. Augustine School, you know that team. They were in our district a couple of years ago. They took on Menendez. Won a close one. It was 38-30. Big, high-scoring game. Ed White with a lot of rushing yards. Now, a lot of people say, well, what's that mean? Is Menendez any good? Well, Menendez last night, Jackie, a huge win over Gainesville Eastside, like 38-3. So, I'm not one of those that looks at scores and compares scores and everything, but from what I can tell with the amount of points that Ed White was able to put up on Menendez and then Menendez taking care of Gainesville Eastside like they did, this could be an interesting game. The Wildcats come in tonight's ball game 2-0, have outscored our opponents 33-6 in game 1 and 49-0 last week. So Wildcats have only given up 6 points, but two undefeated teams going at it here at Memorial Stadium tonight.
Yeah, Ed White, they're a lot like a Terry Parker or a West Side team. They got athletes. They're going to have athletes on the field. I don't know a whole lot about what kind of style they play, but like you said, the running back goes for 284 on 25 carries last week. So I think that's the matchup to watch, this Wildcat defense against a good running attack from the Ed White Commanders.
Here we go. Getting set to kick off here on a beautiful night for football. Temperature couldn't be better as we're getting set for football action at Memorial Stadium. High kickoff comes down to the 15-yard line. Going to be returned there across the 30, across the 35. Wildcats still on his feet out across the 45-yard line. And that was number 11, Cam Smith, on the kickoff return all the way out across the 45-yard line.
Yeah, Coach Mays electing to go with some speed back there. He had J-Mod Ruiz on one side and Cam Smith on the other, and that time Cam with a nice return. Wildcats are going to start off with great field position.
First down and 10 for the Cats. We'll see if they come out in our hurry-up style that we've been running the past couple of weeks. Carson Crawford checks in there with Jamarian Baker and Scooby Graham in the backfield. The Wildcats split 3 receivers, 1 to the left and 2 to the right. Here we go. First play of the night from Memorial Stadium. Receiver in motion. He's going to get the ball on a jet sweep, and he's going to lose a yard on the play. And that was J-Mod Ruiz who came around on the jet sweep to start the game, and that play loses the yard. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, just nothing doing for J-Mod that time. He tried to find a crease there, and it wasn't there, but the Wildcats are going to go hurry up.
Second down 11. Carson Crawford in there, same formation. One left, two right. Jamarian Baker is going to get the carry straight ahead, and Ed White collapses down on the offensive line of the Wildcats, and nothing doing. So now the Wildcats in unfamiliar territory. That hurry-up offense has done so well here early on. We're facing a 3rd and 11. This time, one back set. Scooby Graham slips out into the slot. Carson Crawford rolls that way, looks to fire one. He's got Graham on the pass catch across midfield and down inside the 47-yard line of the Commanders. It'll bring up 4th down and about 3.
Nice throwing catch there that time. Carson Crawford throwing against his body, a good completion, and now here they go to the line.
Call it 2 they need. That was a 9-yard completion to Scooby Graham, who you don't see catching very many passes. Wildcats going to try to get Ed White to jump off sides here. Now Carson Crawford looks for the play call. 4th and 2 from the 46 of Ed White. Going to give the ball straight ahead to Jamarian Baker, and he's going to fight ahead for the first down. So Coach Mays gambles, and it pays off as Scooby Graham, the ball carrier, down to the 41.
Yeah, that was a good play call. It's one of those, if you don't get it, we're scratching our head a little bit, but good blocking up front that time. That's the first time Scooby Graham was able to find a little crease, and he picks up a huge first down.
To the 41-yard line of Ed White on the first series of the night. Took 4 plays, but the Wildcats get the first down. Now you see Graham again go to wide receiver. This pass thrown across the middle looking for Cameron Crawford, and that pass defended by one of the Ed White linebackers or safeties coming up in there and making the play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
You can't really tell the difference. Those guys are big up there, Mike. I'm telling you, the defensive line and linebackers are all just blending together, and those guys in the secondary all look to be 6'1" or greater back there, so definitely some athletes on that Ed White defense.
I noticed before the game the size of this Ed White team. Carson Crawford takes the handoff up the middle. He's loose to the 25-20. Carson Crawford 15-10-5. And Carson Crawford runs a little zone read in the middle, takes the handoff, and goes straight up the middle of the Ed White defense for the Wildcat touchdown.
And you can sit there and they're trying to read on Scooby and Jamarian Baker. We've talked about it all season so far with the 4-headed monster in the backfield, and that time Carson Crawford, he makes the right read, he pulls it, keeps it himself, and he scores from 40 yards out. So a great play that time by Carson Crawford.
Blake Mays in to attempt the extra point. Blake Mays had 7 extra points last week that were good. This one flutters a little bit, but right down the middle, and the Wildcats have a 7-0 lead here before we barely get started. 9:53 to go in the first quarter. We're going to take a 30-second timeout, send it back to the station. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
Baker High Wildcats football is being brought to you by American Recycling Center. Recycling helps the environment. American Recycling offers compensation for cans, radiators, copper, brass, and aluminum. American Recycling Center located at 5325 Woodlawn Road. That's 1/2 mile west of 121 near I-10. Open weekdays from 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 to 1. Telephone 631-0152. That's 631-0152. American Recycling Center. Happy to support Baker High football.
Wildcats on the board first here with 9:50 to go in the first quarter. Kickoff comes deep by Blake Mays this time, and the Wildcats with good coverage going to kick or get the return man back around the 20-yard line, and Ed White will start there, first down and 10 from the 20. And Ed White hadn't seen us kicking deep on film, so they didn't have anybody back in that corner, and Blake Mays found a little spot over there and kicked it to it, and that was effective.
Good kick, great coverage there by Andre Glover getting down there and making the tackle. And I tell you, man, that cap off a Carson Crawford run there when it looked like Ed White came out and was pretty stout on defense, and the Wildcats go down and score. 9:49 left in the first quarter, up 7-0.
Noah Ray with the start back there in the free safety position, Jackie. Handoff to the left side. The running back's got a crease, and he's out across the 25 to the 29. The quarterback is number 2, Jamal DeLon. He's a senior quarterback to this Ed White football team. And the back that carried the ball that time, I believe, was number 9 or number 8, Jason Patterson. He's a senior running back. So a senior-laden ball club here as they come out and get 8 yards on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 2 at their own 27-yard line. DeLon, the quarterback, in the shotgun, looks to fire the ball, going to fire it underneath. He's got a catch made there. Tackle made immediately by Toby Kinghorn, but a catch made as Malik Brown, junior wide receiver for Ed White, picks up the first down.
Yeah, it's great coverage by Toby Kinghorn. They needed 2 yards, and he got 3 there to pick up a first down. So Ed White coming out with a run and play on first down and looks to throw it on 2nd down. So looking to mix it up on this Wildcat defense.
First down and 10. That first down was easy for Ed White. They ran one up the middle, come back with a little pass underneath, and pick up about 15 yards between the 2 plays. First down play here, going to run it again. And this time the Wildcat defensive front gets enormous pressure through there as Weston Avra, one of the first ones through, making the big hit to tackle the running back in the backfield there for a loss of 2 yards on the play, and that was number 8, Patterson, on the carry again.
Yeah, Deshaun Larry and Weston Avra just absolutely collapsed it. Coach Kennedy, he's like that. I hadn't seen this in a while in high school football. Looks like they're in the 5-3
5-man front.
They got a 5-man front down there, so they're going to make us beat you with the pass tonight.
Noah Ray, the backup or 2-man quarterback system for the Cats. He's the backup quarterback, basically, and he's playing free safety back there. Screen pass underneath. They're going to hit Patterson, and Patterson's got a hole. A great play call for Ed White's going to get him out across the 40-yard line and across the 40 to the 44, and another first down.
That was a great play call. I tell you, you want to beat a 5-man front, get all those big guys moving towards you, and then flip it right behind them. You don't have much left in the secondary. So a good play call by Ed White. And again, this Wildcat defense doing a little something different.
Yeah, to change it up now. Staggs comes off the field. They're going to run 4-man front this time and go more to a base defense. But I tell you, Jackie, Ed White got some ball players on this offensive side. We said that maybe leading up to the game here. They hand it off left side. A big hold for the running back. He's into Wildcat territory down to the 42-yard line before he tripped up over there. That was Jaquan Wiggins. That's the second ball carrier to carry the ball tonight. So watch out for 27 Wiggins and number 8, Jason Patterson, and they're in business.
27 Wiggins, he was the one that had the big night last week running the ball, and he shows you there, finds a little crease and picks up an Ed White first down. So right now, a little bit of chess going on there between Ed White and Coach Kennedy. He's mixing it up with the 5-man front and the base 4-4 that this Wildcat defense likes to run.
First and 10 from the Wildcats 41-yard line. They're going to swing a little pass over to the side. Catch is made. A good tackle is going to be made by Carlos Jefferson over here to stop the ball carrier from going very far. So maybe a 3-yard gain on first down. But Ed White, all kind of variety on this offense so far.
Yeah, definitely. Mixing it up, doing a good job of play calling here on this opening drive. But that was a great play by Carlos Jefferson, able to shed the block from the wide receiver and get the ball carrier out of bounds. So a good play there from Jefferson. I thought he had a crease.
2nd down, 7. Quarterback goes to the shotgun. DeLon is the quarterback. He's got number 27, Wiggins, in the backfield with him. Wiggins is going to run left side. Looked like a hold on that left end, but Wiggins is going to run all the way down to the 23-yard line and get a first down again for Ed White as that left side hole opened up and Wiggins went right through it, and they've got another first down.
I tell you, right now this Wildcat defense doesn't have much of an answer, but again, Ed White doing a great job of mixing it up. Wiggins able to just find the crease, man. That offensive line, they're pretty big too, and so this Wildcat defense, something they haven't really faced a whole lot this year. A team just driving their way down the field.
Making it look easy right now. First down play, quarterback DeLong going to fire one over here. He's got a man open coming out, the tight end, and he's going to catch it and get all the way down inside the 15 to the 11. And Noah Ray comes up and cleans up the tackle after Connor South made the initial hit. And the Cat defense is on their heels, Jackie, at the 12-yard line. It'll be first down and 10.
Who throws the ball to the tight end in high school football? I've been screaming that for 5 years, man. Get a tight end in the game that we can throw to.
He's even listed as a tight end on their roster.
And Ed White, they found him that time wide open. It's just a different look, you know. Those linebackers not used to covering tight ends out there and got lost in coverage. And Ed White picks up another first down. And you're right, this defense is reeling a little bit.
Wiggins in the backfield. DeLon going to give the ball to Wiggins. Wiggins running left side this time, nowhere to go as the Wildcats crash down, and that's Cade Richardson, the first man on the scene over there. He shed his blocker because he saw the play coming outside, and Cade Richardson shed his blocker, went out, made the tackle. A good job, a 2-yard loss.
That was a great play by Cade Richardson. Wiggins, again, been able to find some creases there, but I'll tell you, DeHaven Clark made a great play, too. He filled the hole there and made Wiggins bounce it outside to allow Cade Richardson to get those big paws on him and bring him down.
DeHaven Clark's having a quiet, really good year, Jackie. Maybe the hit of the year last week against Orange Park on the road. Inside handoff this time. They go back to the big running back Patterson, and Patterson bulls down toward the 10-yard line, but he's going to be about 9 yards short of the first down, so it's 3rd and 9 coming up. They can get a first down at the 2-yard line. I don't know. I did not have a chance to watch Ed White special teams, so I don't know if we're in 4-down territory here, Jackie, or if we're setting up a field goal. Wildcats lead 7-0.
I don't know. I like this Wildcat defense to dig in right here. Let's get this stopped.
They go 4 wide here. They were showing no receiver sets, and now they go 4 wide. 2 receivers are going to sit to the right now in the slot, and we get a timeout. Ed White, all kind of confusions on that side, and almost a dangerous snap there, but timeout on the field, and they'll talk about it with 5:32 to go in the first quarter. The Cats are on top 7-0, but Ed White driving at the Wildcat 11-yard line. It's 3rd and 9. Jackie, what are you thinking here, seeing what Ed White's done offensively? Now I'm going to put you in the huddle with him. You're the Ed White offensive play caller. What are you calling on 3rd and 9?
I tell you, on 3rd and 9, I think I got to go back to the big tight end on that play. He's a big kid. Just looking down here, he looks to be 6'3" or better. And, again, just trying to get those linebackers in coverage, not something they're used to a whole lot. So I'm not sure that I don't see if I can find them a soft spot in that defense and sit down. Oh, man, they've run so much. I really, this defense, they got their work cut out for them tonight.
Well, I mentioned that they scored 38 on Menendez last week, and we talked about that. You don't know with high school teams from one season to the next unless you're inside the program. You typically don't know, which guys are returning, which ones are not. Menendez has been a team that's had some up years here in the past 10 years or so, and so that seemed like a quality win for Ed White last week, and then Menendez kind of validated it last night with their huge win over Gainesville Eastside. So this is not a pushover Ed White team that's come in here to play tonight.
No, not at all. You can tell by the 50 kids they got standing on the sideline over there. This is an Ed White team I haven't seen in a few years.
3rd and 9, here we go. Quarterback in the shotgun. Going to give it to Patterson, and that was not the play call I was looking for, as the Wildcats are going to stack him up right in the middle of the field around the 8-yard line. Out of everything they've run tonight, Jackie, the big running back Patterson going to the middle was not what I thought there. It'll be 4th and 6.
No, unless he had made up his mind this was 4-down territory regardless, and wanted to see what he could get with Patterson there, because looks like the offense is going to stay on the field here and take a shot at it at 4th down. So let's see if Coach Kennedy and this Wildcat defense, the bend but don't break method, continues.
We go under 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. 4th down, call it 6. DeLon trying to get the Wildcats to jump off sides here. The hard count, even with the hard count, it would not give them a first down, but it would make it a lot closer. DeLon calls for the snap, makes the handoff. He's under pressure, has to fire it out here. He does hit the tight end, but he's going to be tackled short of the first down. He had to fire it out of there, and the Cats might get a roughing the passer.
Oh, I hope not. I didn't see the end of it. Camilo Rollins in pursuit.
That's what we're going to get, Jackie. We're going to get a personal foul, roughing the passer. They're going to say hit to the helmet, and we're going to bail Ed White out. We just got him on 4th down, but somebody got back there and put a hand to the helmet of the quarterback, and that's going to cause us to lose a first down. It's going to be set down at the 4-yard line. My goodness.
Oh, what a turn of events there. Let's see if this Wildcat defense, you got to dig down. They don't put them in the end zone.
That's hard to overcome, though. You just stop them on 4 downs inside the 10-yard line, and they come back and you get a roughing the passer. They snap a Wildcat here to what looks like a linebacker, and the Cats hit him in the backfield. So there's step 1. A 2-yard loss. That was a linebacker, Jackie. Number 51, Jordan Lowry. He's actually listed as a defensive lineman, a junior defensive lineman that lined up in the Wildcat, took the snap, and he immediately checks out of the game.
Zane Mobley, the first man back there, and he gets his hands on him just to slow him up just enough that
what in the world?
A couple people able to corral him and make a tackle. Look like a tackle for about a 1-2 yard loss there.
And now DeLon is not back there. Maybe he might have been shaken up on the hit. They're going to run another Wildcat play, this time to number 5. Number 5 is going to be Devon Patterson. And so that's 2 plays in a row that the starting quarterback, DeLon, maybe he might have been knocked out of the game with the roughing the passer penalty, Jackie. Not sure. We'll check that. Third down play coming up.
I'm not sure if they just haven't elected to go with a big power formation, trying to get these big guys in there running the ball, because it's been the same formation 3 plays in a row.
They're going to stay with number 5, Devon Patterson. He's listed as a defensive back, and he's only a sophomore. He's going to run straight up the middle. He fumbles the football. Weston Abra forces the fumble, and the Wildcats are going to pick it up, and we're going to get the ball and turn it over. Zane Mobley recovers the fumble after Weston Abra forced it, and that is going to be a Wildcat turnover and a first down going the other way.
What a great turn of events that was. My goodness, what a roller coaster ride inside the 10-yard line. Wildcats stop on 4th down, get a roughing the passer call, and then recover a fumble there on 3rd down. So Ed White with 7 opportunities, Mike, to get in the end zone, and the Wildcats deny him. So what a great job by that Wildcat defense.
We're going to get the mid-quarter timeout here with 3:17 to go in the first quarter. The Cats on top 7-0. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
You're listening to Wildcat Football on 97.5 FM WFBB. This radio station is a ministry of Glen Baptist Church in Glen St. Mary, Florida. We're blessed to air Baker County Wildcat Football live each week, and it's our hope that you enjoy the program. We know that life is busy, work, school, football, running errands around, but in the midst of the busyness, we all need a church home that brings the stability upon which you can build your life. If you're looking for a church home where you can grow in Christ and community, we would love to invite you to worship with us every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Check us out on our website at glenbaptist.org or on Facebook, where you can access church info and content and even watch worship services. At Glen, you get dynamic music, gospel-centered expository preaching, and a wonderful faith community. Come grow with us.
Jackie, we've been covering football so long here for the past 15, 20 minutes or so, I almost forgot that we had this bag in front of me that my friend Randall Hodges from down at Triple H Barbecue brought to us earlier. And I just opened this thing up and got an egg roll, Jackie. My goodness. We're going to talk about this in just a second. Wildcats try to run the ball with Cam Smith coming out to the left side. The Wildcats took over after the fumble around the 8-yard line. Now Cam Smith's going to lose 3 yards on the first down play as the Ed White defense looking here to maybe stop the Wildcats and get good field position after a punt. So the Wildcats are going to need to do some work and get out here away from the goal line. Second down handoff, the Wildcats go with Baker, and Baker tries to cut back across the middle of that defense, but not a lot of room there as Jamarian Baker might have got 2 back, and it's going to be 3rd and very long.
No, and I'm not discrediting anything that they've done this season, but I tell you, this offensive line, they got their work cut out for them tonight. Those are some big boys up front.
Third down play. Jamarian Baker back there with Caution Crawford. Wildcats split 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Crawford going to throw. Fires one deep down the left sideline, and it's going to be overthrown out of bounds, looking for J-Mod Ruiz. And the Wildcats are now 3 and out and have to punt the ball back to the Commanders. 2:19 to go in the first quarter. Cats on top 7-0. Jackie, that was not what we needed after the big turnover.
No, not at all. You want to at least pick up a couple first downs there and try to flip the field a little bit. Wildcats couldn't get much going on offense at all, and now being forced to punt from their own end zone.
Jackal Johnson's going to go back at midfield to return the punt. It's a low end over end. Johnson's going to pick it up at the 43. He fumbles it. The Wildcats pick it up. Johnson tried to pick it up and run with it, and that's something you tell folks not to do. And Brian Mays, number 18, is there to recover the fumble for the Wildcats.
Brian Mays, the long snapper, Mike. He snaps the ball, and that's 2 weeks in a row he's gone down and recovered a fumble. That's a great hustle play right there. His dad can say what he wants to about him, but that boy will hustle.
Well, that's one thing that Ed White will look at the film and say, hey, Jackal Johnson, do not try to pick that ball up rolling. You just don't want to do that. You're going to get great field position there, and you risk a turnover, and they got one. The Wildcats try to run it back up the middle here with Baker, and he gets slammed at the line of scrimmage. No room to run in there. The Wildcat offensive line going to have to work to open up some holes.
Yeah, right now, I'm telling you, it is a stalemate down there in the trenches. This offensive line just not being able to get the push that they've been able to do all season long.
Second turnover now for the Cats. Let's see if we can take advantage of this one. Scooby Graham running hard between the tackles, gets out across the 45 to the 47-yard line. A little bit more room than we had the last time we had the ball, but still going to be a 3rd down and 6 coming up.
Yeah, this is another opportunity where you'd love to put some points on the board. This would be 2 big breaks that you've gotten here.
2 big turnovers. 2 big turnovers, back-to-back possessions. Carson Crawford going to keep it himself, and he's got a hole. He's across midfield. He's going to be close to the 1st down, and he's got it. Into Ed White territory across the 45 and give him the 44 of Ed White and a 1st down for the Cats.
That's a great play again by Carson Crawford. It's almost like he's setting them up. He's baiting them for when he's going to keep it, because Scooby and Jamarian Baker just not able to get a whole lot going right now.
From the 44, Crawford going to give the ball this time to Jamarian Baker, and Jamarian Baker is going to get some positive yardage down inside the 40 to the 39, a 5-yard gain. That's more like the 1st down yardage we like to see.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But even that one, Jamarian Baker had to bounce that outside. It's a good run, good vision by him, but just not a whole lot doing in between the tackles.
Wildcats trying to catch Ed White sleeping here again as Jamarian Baker, hurry-up offense, is going to pick up 2 more yards. It'll bring up 3rd and short. So the Cats, they're in that position with the chains now, Jackie, where you can kind of open the playbook a little bit more. You're 3rd and 3, knowing this is 4-down territory. Crawford in the gun, going to give the ball to Scooby Graham. Scooby Graham running straight ahead. He's going to have the 1st down, I believe, as he gets down to the 34-yard line. And he's running behind the Wildcat offensive line up there, and I believe he got it. He did.
Yeah, it was a good run by Scooby Graham that time, doing a little bit of it by himself. He's just one of those guys that you're not just going to bring down on first contact, and he fights to pick up a huge Wildcat 1st down.
Under a minute to go, 1st quarter. Cats on top 7-0. We'll keep it here after the 1st quarter timeout, John. Jamarian Baker with a hole. He's to the 30. Jamarian Baker gets hit hard at the 25, and a flag comes in. I'm not sure what the flag is, but J-Mod Ruiz's jersey is pulled back over his shoulder pad. Maybe somebody grabbed. I just don't know. That flag came from a weird spot here, Jack.
Yeah, it really did. I didn't see anything.
It looked like it came from the sideline, but it just kind of flew in at the end. Baker was hit hard at the 25-yard line, but a 9-yard gain on 1st down. And they're going to get J-Mod for a block in the back.
I'm not sure how he could be hit a block in the back when this guy made the tackle.
His jersey is pulled up over his shoulder pads. Somebody had a hold of him. I'm not sure either.
All right, man. Finally get something going on the ground game there, Jamarian Baker. Good job finding the crease, making some guys miss.
It basically takes it back to the line of scrimmage, and it's 1st and 10 again. This time Cam Smith tries the left side, and he's going nowhere. Cam Smith's going to lose a yard. That's going to be the end of the 1st quarter. So after that little exchange with the block in the back for J-Ma, the Wildcats will be 2nd down and 11 from around the 35 when the 2nd quarter starts. But we're going to keep it here, John, during the mid-quarter timeout and catch our breath. We got a couple of things to talk through, Jackie, as number one, want to thank the Wildcat fans again for listening in. Of course, Wildcats on top 7-0 right now as we get to this point. But also, Jackie, just a couple of quick things that we wanted to do. First and foremost, thanks to all the sponsors that make it possible for Wildcat Radio to be here on the air every Friday night. But the other thing, more importantly, Jackie, a couple of guys who normally are up here in the press box with us aren't here tonight. I want to send them some well wishes. Our PA announcer who's normally here, Tim Wilder, even though he's a Georgia Bulldog fan and likes to talk about the Bulldogs, we kind of miss him up here tonight. So, Tim, I know you're not feeling well. You're under the weather tonight. Get well soon, and hopefully we'll have you back up here. And Jeremy, I think Jeremy just took the night off, but he's not up here either. So if you're watching on YouTube, that's courtesy of Jeremy Height and his TV station. But I think he's just
Something about a comp day or something like that. I'm like, do what, man? It's football season, dude. You can't be taking a comp day. But, yeah, those guys, they do a great job. I just always like to envision Tim, though. Everything red and black he wears is just Wildcats. We don't like to talk about the Georgia stuff.
Hey, listen. I don't know what year it was, Jackie, that Tim Wilder came here, but he's been here a while. And we played church softball together for years. He is the minister of music down at the First Baptist Church in McClenny. And so we played together on the First Baptist Church in McClenny softball team for a while. And I think we recruited him to come here as a music minister because he could play softball. He actually, he could hit a softball back in the day. I don't know if he still can or not, but he could back in the day.
He can surely hit it better than he hits a golf ball. Just kidding, Tim. You're not here to defend yourself, son.
Feel better, Tim. We miss you up here. All right, so we're going to start the second quarter in a moment, but Jackie, I also wanted to thank Randall Hodges came up here a minute ago. He always catches me in between things as I'm getting set for the game, but Randall, we just want to say thank you so much. If you haven't gone down to Triple H Barbecue right over there in front of Hodges Produce, Jackie, you're missing out because you can tell them about these sloppy fries in a minute, right? Second down 11. Here we go. Crawford going to fake the handoff up the middle this time. One of the linebackers keys on Crawford and makes the tackle. He picks up about 3, but the first couple of times that Crawford made that fake, he had plenty of room to run. This time, corralled after a gain of 3.
Yeah, he tried to break that one outside, too, a little bit. One of those big linebackers, like you said, Mike, just able to get his hands on him and hold him still.
Third down and 8 now for the Cats. Crawford straight drop. Looks down the middle of the field. He's got a man open, Cameron Crawford, his brother, and that's a touchdown pass. 32 yards on the touchdown pass from Carson Crawford to Cameron Crawford. And we just kind of loosened them up, and went over the top, Jackie. No safety help there, and Cameron Crawford with the touchdown pass.
What a strike that time by Carson Crawford. And listen, all that joking we did about Cameron dropping the ball in the last game, that makes up for it right there. What a great catch by Cameron Crawford, and the brothers connect on a 32-yard touchdown pass.
Blake May is going to kick the extra point, and he drills it off to the right, apparently. He hit it good, but apparently it missed to the right, and it's no good. 13-0, the Cats lead, 11:30 to go here in the first half of play. But, Jackie, that touchdown brought to you by Birkin Chevrolet, and what does Larry Birkin tell you?
Just come on. And that time Carson Crawford and Cameron Crawford said, come on, son, it's the Crawford show down here. Let us just score real quick. We're tired of messing with you. We've let you hang around in the first quarter, and we're going to show you what Baker County football is all about.
There's nothing better when you see the quarterback take the straight drop and then fire one down the middle. There's nothing better than to see that receiver get just that last-second separation from the defensive back, pulling away, and the pass hit him right in stride, and it hit him around the 5-yard line, and Crawford walked into the end zone. Touchdown for the Cats. Beautiful throw, beautiful catch. I had 32 yards. Is that what you had, Justin? Statman Justin Thomas will keep me honest. Hey, last week, Jackie, we told the folks on the radio coaches show, Justin Thomas called it 99-yard kickoff return for J-Mod Ruiz last week, and let me tell you how accurate Justin was. Oh, the Wildcats are going to run up across the 50 and recover the onside kick as the ball went 10 yards, but we're going to be offsides, I'm afraid.
Golly,
there's a flag over there.
It was by 6 inches, I tell you.
Oh, wow. We went back and watched the video, though, last week of J-Mod's kickoff return, Jackie, and he actually caught it with his heel on the goal line. And in high school football, if you touch the goal line or the ball touches the goal line, it's an automatic touchback. So we were very close to that 99-yard kick, not even counting, because if it touches the goal line, it would have been a touchback.
I don't see how Justin saw it. I'm not going to lie, man. We called it 95 at first. I knew he was back there, but.
Oh, there you go. Kick across the middle now. Blake Mays gets it to the return man around the 25. He's got the 30 to the 35, still on his feet across midfield, and brought down finally by one of the Wildcats. Andre Glover comes and makes the tackle there. But the return is going to get them inside Wildcat territory to the 47-yard line. And, Jackie, that's one of those little hidden things in a ball game. We had the onside kick recovered. It had gone to 10 yards. The kick team, we would have had the ball. We were offsides on the kick. They have to kick over, and now set up with great field position after the Wildcat touchdown.
I know, that's frustrating. They get a play like that. That's one of those plays you can't go back to it now. You know, I mean, I guess you can, but at least you're going to be prepared for it. You catch them off guard, you recover the onside kick, and by 6 inches, you're forced to re-kick.
First down and 10. The snap is back there, but the quarterback has to scramble for it, as it didn't quite make it to him as a bad snap. And ever since that late hit on the quarterback, DeLon, the roughing the passer penalty on the Wildcats, Ed White is in all kind of disarray on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, a new quarterback in the ball game.
Isaiah Till, the quarterback, he's only a sophomore, Jackie. And I guess DeLon, I didn't actually see the hit. That was the roughing the passer call. But apparently DeLon has been knocked at least out of the first half of this ball game. They're going to run the ball back to the middle of the field here on second down. They'll pick up some of the yards they lost on first down, but it's going to bring up 3rd and long, about 3rd and 8 coming up for the Commanders.
Now, if I'm in the Wildcat huddle, this is where I'm making a sophomore quarterback who wasn't the starter. I'm going to go back to that 5-man front, and I'm going to make him throw it around a little bit.
Bring some heat. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying I'm corralling 27 Wiggins, and if they do want to throw it, there's going to be a man in his face.
3rd down and 8. Here we go. Quarterback straight drop. He's a left-hander. Fires it out here. He's got a man over here, but the pass too high, or actually got to him faster than he expected it. And Gabriel Garman, another 10th grader for this Ed White team, unable to make the connection there with the quarterback Teal. It'll be 4th down.
Garman couldn't quite navigate that one.
Oh, that was quick.
I did that.
That was quick.
I'll be here all night.
Weston Averill checks out of the Wildcat defensive front, and now they're set to punt. The punter's going to stand around the 45. This is that area of the field where you always have to think fake. They're inside Wildcat territory, and so you've got to be on your toes. They send the man in motion here, and they are going to punt it away. The punter's going to kick one, and it's a wobbly shanker over to the right sideline. And
what a break.
A good break for the Cats there as we stop them again on defense. They haven't been the same, Jackie, since DeLon's been knocked out of this ball game.
No, not at all. And I'm like you, I didn't see the hit. I didn't think there could be much to it. But apparently either they don't throw him over there like they do in Baker County. He ain't coming out of the game for a hit like that. But we hope he's okay. I really do. I didn't see it. I hope he's okay. I haven't even seen him on the sideline over there, so it couldn't have been too bad. I don't see any trainers or medical staff tending to him.
It doesn't take much. You tweak your ankle the wrong way, you land on your arm the wrong way. These guys are big and strong, and one little bad mistake can hurt you. But we do hope that he's all right. And you like to see teams going at it full strength. I hate to say, they haven't been the same since their starting quarterback's been there, because I want to see their best out there.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, you're still getting the best of that defense. They tackled Sam Smith for a loss of 2 there. There's nothing doing on the ground game. Every now and then we find a little crease, but no consistency like it has been the last 2 weeks.
2nd down and 12. Carson Crawford in the shotgun. Straight drop here again. We're going to run a screen. We've got a little screen pass complete over there to Cam Smith. He's going to show off the speed. 40, 45. Cam Smith across midfield and into Ed White territory down to the 43-yard line. And that time we run a little screen pass, give them some of their own medicine.
Yeah, that's a great screen pass. Great call there. Good throw by Carson Crawford. Great catch there by Cam Smith. And I was trying to see the lineman. It looked like Deshaun Larry, or maybe DeMonte Gibson, I believe, who got down there and threw a huge block.
Scooby Graham going to get the carry here on first down, and Scooby's going to take it inside the 45, down to the 40, and inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line. And Scooby Graham gets outside of that Ed White defense and picks up a good gain on first down, maybe 6 yards.
Great pickup that time by Scooby Graham. Again, though, that play's designed to go inside and just not a whole lot doing. Scooby Graham makes a wise decision, bounces it outside, and picks up good yardage on first down.
2nd down and 4. Crawford going to keep it himself, and he's going to be bottled up right at the line of scrimmage. He faked the handoff to Cam Smith coming around the right end, and Crawford was hit the last 2 times we've run that read play with the quarterback. He's not gotten anywhere after having good success early on. 3rd down and 5 now for the Cats. sitting at the 38-yard line of Ed White. 68, Ross Crummy. Good to see him back out there. He checks out of the game here, talking to Coach McDonald. Ross missed the game last week, but he was ready to go today. I know his dad, David's proud of him being out there, 68, big kid. Third down, here we go. Third down, throws across the middle, and that's got to be interference. It is. Flag comes in from behind. He's trying to hit Jamon Ruiz down at the 20-yard line, and he was being tackled by the cornerback coming this way, and the flag comes in. That'll be interference, and the Cats will get a first down.
Yeah, it's a good pass. I really thought Jamon was still going to come up with that catch. That was a good throw by Carson Crawford. Jamon Ruiz almost makes a great catch with a guy draped on his back.
And that guy, here's one of those stories within the story, Jackie. That guy that's covering him is Teal. He's the backup quarterback, number 10, and he's also a sophomore. So the more he's got to play on this football field, you know, the less time that he's got for catching his breath after running that quarterback position. So keep an eye on that. First down and 10, inside the 25. Handoff, Cam Smith. Cam Smith breaks it inside the 20, down to the 16. Broke free from that initial surge and picks up about 6 yards on the play. Ross Crummy going to check back into the ball game now. 72 is William Self, and he'll check out. Crummy anchoring that left side of the offense over there. Let's see if we can push them further. That was actually an 8-yard gain on first down. Scooby's going to run toward the first down here, down near the 12-yard line. Let's see if he got enough for the first down. If he did, it'll be first down and 10 at the 12-yard line.
I'm telling you, that's a first down, but nothing's coming easy tonight. These are hard rushing yards tonight, where we've just kind of been opening it up these last 2 weeks. This Wildcat offensive line, they're working, man, and these running backs, they're having to work at it tonight.
First and 10 from the 12-yard line. Crawford going to give the ball straight ahead, and Cam Smith's got a hole. Little burst of speed there inside the 10 down to the 6-yard line, and Cam Smith going to pick up 6 yards, and the Cats will keep it moving. Hurry up tempo here, 7.5 to go in the first half. Carson Crawford begging him. Let's go. Second down and 4. Crawford going to give it to Graham. Graham hit right at the 5. Still churning his legs, but he's not going forward. He's only going to pick up maybe a half yard. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Crawford, he saw Ed White trying to do some substitution. He was wanting them to get down and let's snap it while they're running on the field. But the referee spotting the ball didn't quite have it down where we could go.
3 receivers to the right. Scooby Graham checks in over there at the slot. Cam Smith in the backfield. Crawford going to keep it himself, and he's going to walk into the end zone as Crawford takes the handoff to Cam Smith, and the Wildcats get a touchdown as Carson Crawford takes it 5 yards for the Wildcats score. Call it 6 yards.
Good run again. I'm telling you, it's like when he's ready for it, he's just baiting them up, and that's what it does. Scooby Graham, Cam Smith, Jamarian Baker doing a great job back there, and those guys, that shows you how successful they've been. Ed White keys on those guys, and when Carson Crawford makes the right read, it's there for him.
Blake May successful this time, and he adds the extra point for the Birkin Chevrolet touchdown.
Just come on, Larry Birkin down there at Birkin Chevrolet. We appreciate his sponsorship as a Birkin Chevrolet touchdown. And again, Carson Crawford says, listen, I'm like a 2500 HD, son. I can do a bunch of things. I can throw it. I can run it.
Yeah, Jackie, we do. We appreciate that. Let me give you a little information about the Baker Prevention Coalition that I've been telling you about the past couple of weeks. Community partnerships are what make the Baker Prevention Coalition so successful. The YMCA of Baker County is one of the many partners who work with BPCI. The YMCA is hosting youth flag football this fall, and they're kicking off next Saturday, September 26th, with registration from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the YMCA Aquatic Center. And for those of you who are like me that don't know what an aquatic center is, that's the swimming pool. That's the swimming pool. They're looking for coaches, players, referees, field monitors, anybody that can help make the YMCA successful. If you're willing to volunteer and be a part of that group, go down there to the aquatic center, the swimming pool, next Saturday, Jackie, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. If you're there, the cost is $50 to sign up. The first 50 to sign up are going to get $5 off their fee, so that's only $45. Scholarships are also available. All you need to do is see the YMCA Facebook page for more information, and that's a community partnership in conjunction with the Baker Prevention Coalition. So I'm going to let you know that information some more time tonight if you didn't hear exactly what I said. But the YMCA flag football season kicking off registration next Saturday from 9 to 1. From 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the YMCA swimming pool. We'll talk about that more, Jackie. 1st and 10 for Ed White from their own 30-yard line. Handoff to the running back. He's coming around the end to Haven Clark, the first guy there, along with Wesley Staggs, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield and a flag on the play to boot.
Ooh, man. And just like we called it, it looks like DeLon's back in the ballgame for Ed White.
Yeah, probably some type of precaution, just making sure that he was good to go. And number 2, they certainly missed him while he was gone, but he's back in there. Senior quarterback. But big holding play here on first down is going to back him up to make it a 1st and 20.
And not that the holding play matters because the Wildcat defense blew it up that time. And it was like
you almost wanted to climb.
Yeah.
The Haven Clark and Wesley Staggs were both there to make the hit. Wildcats running that 4-man front. Staggs is in there at the moment. Here we go. 1st down and 20. Dalon's going to roll to his right, firing the ball down there. He had a man open, and a catch just couldn't be made as number 7 is Malik Brown. Had his hands on it. Junior wide receiver just couldn't bring it in.
Hit him in the worst possible place. right in the hand. Wildcat, that secondary in a little soft zone there, and wide receiver was able to find a hole and sat down, and DeLon made a great throw. That's one of the catch that Brown, he's going to wish he had back.
Wildcat defensive front looking for Weston Aber out there. Jackie, I don't see him. I don't even see him on the sideline. You see Weston anywhere? 2nd down play coming up. 2nd down and 20. DeLon went straight back to throw. Now he's going to try to scramble out of there. Camilo Rollins is going to force him out of bounds over here, and Carlos Jefferson was helping out. Bring up a 3rd down. Oh, there he is. There's Weston. I couldn't find him for a minute. It scared me.
Well, I think what Coach Canada's electing to do, we see DeLon, he's got some wheels. Looks like that defensive front, he's taking the meat out of it. Yeah, put a little speed package in there on these
you're up
2nd, 3rd and long situations where you think you're almost guaranteed they're going to throw the ball, so we got to keep him contained.
Well, a smart move because if you think about it, down 20-0, they're going to be trying to air the ball out probably a little bit versus ground and pound. So we'll see what we got. 3rd down and 15 now. DeLon, one back in the backfield. That's Wiggins. 3 receivers to the right. DeLon, straight drop. He's under pressure. The Cats have him in the backfield. He scrambles away from it, gets out to the 25 to 30, and he'll be brought down by Cade Richardson and Camilo Rollins, and it'll be 4th down.
Man, what a great play by Cade Richardson. I thought DeLon, he escaped some pressure there, and I thought he was going to have some room to run, and Cade Richardson makes a great play to keep trailing, man. Always got to keep trailing. Didn't give up on the play, and he and Camilo Rollins able to bring him down and bring up 4th down. 5:57 and counting here in the 2nd quarter. Wildcats up 20-0. I'd love to put one more up for halftime.
Yeah, the way the game's gone, no doubt about it. I mean, Ed White has some weapons on that side of the field. Their defense has been playing good. Wildcats have kind of stayed with it, worn them down. We've gotten the edge in the turnover battle here tonight so far. But, another touchdown would make me feel better here before the half. Low end-over-end punt. Going to hit one of the Ed White guys back around the 40-yard line. Maybe one of the worst punts I've seen in a while. The Cats are going to take it at the Ed White 40.
He's wishing he would have went for it now. I mean, a 10-yard net gain there.
Oh, we've seen some of those punts around here in our day as well, so I understand. So
I saw a 3-yard punt one time. Yeah, I ain't going to call his name out, but it was a Wildcat player. 3 yards. Out in the world. And that thing was high, man. Like, he kicked it up straight there.
I remember it. I remember it.
It's okay. It happened. That's a tough job. I don't know that I could do it.
Great field position for the Cats to start this drive. 1st and 10 from the Ed White 40-yard line. Want to remind all you Wildcat fans listening in there to stay tuned to our Farm Bureau halftime report because Jackie and I are going to give you our SEC preview tonight of the SEC football season upcoming. And It doesn't start tomorrow. It starts next weekend, but we're going to tell you who's going to win and who's going to lose, and we're going to give you all the information you need, along with giving you some information about some of the games from last week and your thoughts on what we see around the college football landscape right now. We'll do that at the half, the Farm Bureau halftime report coming up, so stay with us during the halftime break. Always get all the information you need right here from Jackie and I, especially if you're filling out those football pools or you're just not sure about.
Yeah, that's what it is. We've made a lot of people very successful with our halftime picks. You're into that kind of thing.
If you're into that kind of thing. First down and 10 from the 40-yard line. Ed White trying to keep the Wildcats out of the end zone. The Cats with a 20-0 lead here in the second quarter. Carson Crawford going to give the ball straight ahead. The Wildcats picking up 2, maybe 3 tough yards straight ahead against that Ed White defense. Baker with the carry. Baker, I haven't looked at the stat sheet yet. We'll do that at halftime. I think Baker's gotten the bulk of the carries tonight. Cam Smith picked up a few. Here goes Cam himself, and Cam gets a hole inside the 40, down to the 32, down to the 31. About a 4 or 5 yard burst there for Cam after the 3-yard gain for Baker. Should put the Wildcats in about 3rd and 2, and it does.
Cam, he's about the only one found any success in between the tackles for sure.
3rd down play. Cam Smith going to get it again. This time he's going to go backwards. Cats tried Cam Smith again between the tackles and met right there at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. Call it a yard to go. Cats are going to go for it. 4:29 to go first half. Carson Crawford goes straight to the line of scrimmage, and he goes under center. Carson Crawford might just keep it himself. No, he's going to give it to Baker straight ahead, and he's going to help push Baker, and the Cats will get the first down. So keep the chains moving, keep the clock running here inside the 30-yard line. First down and 10 for the Cats.
That was a great push that time by that offensive line. When you needed it, that's a huge first down.
First down play, Cam Smith gets the carry, and this play is whistled dead before the play. A flag down from the sideline. I'm not sure what they're going to call here, but it could be against Ed White. Looks like either too many guys on the field or offsides on the defense, but something against Ed White here on first down. Right at 4 minutes to go in the first half. Cats on top 20-0. False start, though, but against the defense. You only see that kind of call in high school football.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. But some sort of illegal shenanigans going on against the defense over there. Jackie, cost them 5. 4:10 to go. Here we go. 1st and 5. Carson Crawford in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to give it to Baker. Baker trying to pick his way down inside the 20, and he does, down to the 17. And almost, that play, Jackie, it looks like he's kind of slowed down in the middle, but he almost gets 10 yards out of that. Well, he does. It's a first down.
Yeah, he's just kind of picking his way through there, trying to find a hole in that offensive line, finally finding their groove a little bit and opening it up.
So here's something that Kevin Mays is going to be completely disgusted with. Our team is up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go. The official signals official timeout and lets Ed White change personnel. That goes against the whole premise of trying to run hurry up. First down and 10 here from the 18-yard line. Cam Smith's got it. He's inside the 18 down to the 16. So you're trying to catch the defense off guard. You're trying to run as fast as you can, but if the head referee is going to allow them to substitute, then that kind of defeats your purpose, right?
Yeah, that's what you're trying to do. That is the purpose.
Second down play, call it 2nd and 8. Crawford looking toward the end zone. He's got Cameron Crawford again, and he lulled him to sleep with the running game up the middle, and Cameron Crawford this time quarantined 3 yards deep in the end zone for the touchdown, and the Cats score again.
What a great play that time, Crawford to Crawford, and they got it going on. He's got that twin sense, you know what I mean? He just knows when he's going to be open because every time so far he's looked for his brother. He is open, and another great strike and catch by Carson and Cameron Crawford.
sideline warning, and they called it against Ed White. They call an Ed White sideline warning here. Not sure what the sideline warning was about. They threw it on the Wildcat sideline, but he pointed toward the Ed White side, so I don't know. But either way, the touchdown counts. That's 2 touchdown passes tonight from one Crawford to the other. The extra point right down the middle is good. 27-0. The Wildcats lead, 3:26. 17-yard touchdown pass that time, 32 yards the first time. So that's 50 yards of touchdown passes from Carson Crawford to Cameron Crawford. And let's tell you, that's got to make Cameron feel good, getting into the end zone twice tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially after his brother harassed him about the drop.
He did. He did, no doubt about it. There's Randall Hodges right there, Jackie. We might need to ask him what's the ingredients in these egg rolls here.
Hey, man, we appreciate the food tonight. Very, very, very good.
Randall, what kind of message would you like to tell Wildcat fans about Triple H Barbecue and what kind of things you got going on this weekend? Don't be shy. Come see us tomorrow. What time you open tomorrow? 11 o'clock in the morning until they sell out. I got to tell you, man, I got a hold of one of those egg rolls you put in there a while ago. Unbelievable. What's all in that egg roll? Pulled pork, coleslaw, house sauce, and cheese. Can't beat that.
No, shoot, no, I had it for lunch today knowing I was going to have it for dinner tonight, too. So that tells you how good it is, man. Those messy fries, they just...
Right there in front of Hodges Produce. Stop by and see them. Triple H Barbecue. We appreciate you, Randall. And, Jackie, the best part about it, he didn't even charge us. I don't know if he's going to come back later and ask us.
That's what I'm scared of. I'm scared to get... No deal at the end of the season.
Wildcats on top, 27-0. Ed White with the football from the 35. DeLon, the quarterback, rolls out to his right looking for a pass, looking for a receiver at the 35. It'll be incomplete. Good coverage by Toby Kinghorn. Toby Kinghorn has been supplying the coverage. We talked about that 5-man front early on for the Cats. Now Weston Aver has checked back in the game for the Cats up there. Wesley Staggs in there along with Zane Mobley and Cade Richardson. Richardson's having a good night tonight, along with Camilo Rollins. Toby Kinghorn having a good night as well. And Noah Ray got to start tonight back there at the free safety position. He's been doing a good job back there as well. Not much doing in the passing game for this Ed White football team. They hit a screen pass early on. That's about the extent of what they've had passing. They've had a couple of guys open, but unable to get there. Second down play, DeLon's going to fire that screen pass again. Almost picked off. Toby Kinghorn was there. Toby Kinghorn was in the right position. The screen pass too high. It'll be third down.
And I couldn't see who it was. It looked like maybe Connor Sal. He got tripped up. If he'd have kept his feet, he'd have easily picked that ball off. Those linebackers where they need to be on the screen pass that time, so a great adjustment from the first time. And Wildcat defense going to bring up another third and long here, 3rd and 10.
Third down play coming up. They're going to take the snap. Quarterback's going to be hit by Toby Kinghorn and brought down. Cade Richardson comes to help. And wrapped up there. It'll be 4th down. So with 3:05 to go in the half, you think Coach Mays would like to get the ball back one more time here?
Yeah, the Wildcats just called a timeout. So trying to stop the clock and wants to keep some time for that offense, maybe to try to put some more points up. And that time, a great play by Cade Richardson. I tell you, you want to think they're going lean and athletic. So normally the bookends are Cade Richardson on one end and Zane Mobley on the other end. Wow, I just thought it was Daddy all day today. But Zane and Kay usually the bookends down there, and they're both playing on the same side of the ball right now.
J-Mod Ruiz will go back to return the punt. J-Mod with a 99-yard kickoff return last week for a touchdown against Orange Park, what we're considering a school record kickoff return.
I tell you, here's the thing about it. Maybe that's why he's doing these 10 and 13-yard punts. He's like, man, I'm not only getting one house on me, let's keep it away from him. Just kick it 5 yards.
Could have seen the film. Could have seen the fact that J-Mod got loose last week and got the big one. DeHaven Clark going to get out there. They've got a couple of guys off to the right. Wildcats leery of a fake here. Not sure they're going to fake it down 27-0, but really Ed White nothing to lose at this point. This ball game got away from Ed White right there at the end of the first quarter. The Wildcats scored first. Ed White came right back down the field, had a chance to score. Wildcats turned them over on downs, but we got hit with a roughing the passer penalty that kept the drive alive. 3 plays later, Weston Avera forced a fumble, and we got back on it. Well, after that series, the Wildcats have been in complete control of this ball game. Snap back to the punter. He's going to get it off. Almost blocked as Wesley Staggs got back there. J-Mod Ruiz is going to pick it up at the 20. Here he comes, 30, 35. J-Mod to the 40, to the 45. J-Mod Ruiz on his feet all the way out near midfield. And a good job by J-Mod Ruiz, but a flag down across the way. Not sure what that flag is. Couldn't have had anything to do with the return.
No, it's on the furthest point you could get on the field away from the return. That's how I lost my breath there for a second. J-Mod picking that ball up.
Block in the back against the Cats. Not sure what that block in the back or hold would have done to that return, but it was thrown way over there. But they're going to mark it 10 yards from the 40, so it'll go all the way back to basically where J-Mod picked it up around the 30, 35-yard line. Wipes out a good return, but that was a nifty return by J-Mod Ruiz. 2:51 to go. First half, Jackie. We're inching down toward the Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report here in just a few moments, so stick with us as we get there. We got a lot to tell you. Jackie, I know I can read your mind. You've got a lot to say tonight. Pass deep down the right sideline, looking for Jamal. He's got a catch made over the shoulder. Beautiful throw and catch, and J-Mod Ruiz hauls it in across the 30 and into Ed White territory. They're going to mark him out right at the 30-yard line. But that throw was on the money, and J-Mod got a step behind the defensive back, able to haul it in. They'll bring it down 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. So the Wildcats are not content to be up 27 at the half, Jackie. We're going for more.
Yeah, that was a great throw and catch that time. Carson Crawford put the ball on the money where only J-Mod Ruiz could catch it.
1st down and 10 from the 30. Going to give the ball straight ahead. I believe that's Baker on the carry down to the 25-yard line. 5-yard gain on the 1st down play. Might have been Scooby. 5 and the 8, on his back, but Jamarian, the taller running back, but that time Scooby was running straight up through the line. 5-yard carry, 2nd down and 5. This time Baker's got a hole inside the 20, down inside the 20, down to the 16-yard line, and Jamarian picks up about 9 yards there. So 2 quick runs get the Wildcats in business here down to the 16-yard line. 1st down. And a timeout. 2:12 to go in the first half. Jackie, I'm gonna repeat this one more time because I don't want folks to shut us off in the second half and not hear this anymore. But one of the things that I shared a moment ago, the community partnerships. That's what I've been telling you about the Baker Prevention Coalition and what their mission and what their vision is, and trying to support the youth of Baker County. They had the big tailgate party tonight over in the Lions parking lot. I tried to get over there in time, but I couldn't get there, and then I forgot it wasn't for me. It's for these high schoolers. But listen, community partnerships are what makes the Baker Prevention Coalition so successful. I told you a moment ago, next Saturday, September 26th, the registration will kick off for the YMCA flag football, and the BPCI is one of the many partners who works with the YMCA to help make that possible. They're looking for coaches, Jackie, players, referees, field monitors. The cost is $50. If you are one of the first 50 to sign up, you'll get $5 off of that. So let all your friends know if they've got children who want to play in the YMCA Flag Football League, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. next week on Saturday down at the YMCA swimming pool. That's when registration will be, and we'll let you know that a few more times tonight. But let all your friends know that. And that's a partnership with Baker Prevention Coalition. and the Baker County YMCA.
I like that flag football, too. That's a good time.
It is, man. It is. I coached the team down there a couple of years ago. We weren't very good, but coached the team.
Yeah.
First down handoff, Carson Crawford going to fake the handoff inside and keep it himself down to the 12.
We scrimmaged all that year. I remember I had a little young team.
Yeah, I mean, that game I was good at coaching because we won. But, yeah, no, I remember. Second down play, here we go. Handoff around the right end, Jamarian Baker with the ball. He's going to be pulled down from behind. No, yeah, Trey McCullough. If you remember, Trey McCullough was the head coach of that team that year. And something happened like halfway through the year, and Trey, I think Braylon might have gotten hurt or something. I can't remember, but Trey wasn't there anymore. So there I was coaching a flag football team that I wasn't really good at coaching. Handoff goes fake inside to Scooby Graham, and Carson keeps it himself and runs over one of the linebackers, Fred White. They're going to have to call an official timeout on that. Not quite the first down yardage. But, yeah, Jackie, right there on the women's softball field, we had a little scrimmage with your team, and that was fun. Kids running everywhere. We had no control over what they were doing.
No, like I said, I enjoy flag football. That's a good – I tell you, the way the game's going, and I'm not even talking about injuries or anything like that. Just the way the game's going, these passing leagues and these 7-on-7s, and listen, you can do a lot. You can learn a lot down there playing flag football. And then when it's time to put the pads on, then you put the pads on.
Yeah, you're a step ahead, right? A step ahead. Good news for Ed White, as player that was shaken up a moment ago. He gets up and looks like he's fine as he jogs off the field here. 1:16 to go in the first half. If you haven't paid attention the last few Monday nights, we've had our Wildcat Radio Coaches Show on Monday nights from 7 o'clock to 8, right here on 97.5 WFBB. If you missed that, an hour before the broadcast here on WFBB on Friday nights, the show is replayed, but love for you folks to listen in on Monday nights as we get a chance to talk to the head coach. Cam Smith going to fight his way down toward the first down marker, but I don't think he got it, Jackie. That was a fourth down play. Cats were going for it in their handoff to Cam Smith, and I don't think he's going to get the yardage.
Man, it's going to be close. They're going to have to measure it. It's close.
Well, the down marker and I don't think he got it. If the down marker's in the right spot, he didn't get it. He's a yard short.
I don't know that the down marker ever moved is the problem. I think he was moving the other way at one point.
He's got it on 4 now, and he's marking it all the I'm not sure. I guess they're just going to get out of the way so they can measure. But I don't think he got it. The ball's sitting squarely on the 7-yard line. It looks to me like the yard to gain was around the 6. So I think he's a full yard short, but we're going to find out in just a moment. They're going to stretch the chains out here. If you're watching on YouTube, you're going to see we're about a full yard short. It'll be Ed White's football going the other way. 1:02 to go. They stopped the Wildcats on downs. That would have been nice for us to be able to get one into the end zone there toward the end of the half. But the Wildcats turned over on downs inside the 10-yard line. So from the 6, Ed White will take it. And let's see if they just are content to run out the clock here, Jackie, or if they want to try to move the ball down the field. 27-0, the Wildcats lead. Ever since the middle part of that first quarter, it's kind of been a no-doubter here. But Ed White, we'll see what they elect to do here at the end of the half.
I'll tell you, I'm down 27-0. I'm trying to put points on the board.
They've gone back to the other quarterback, Jackie. Isaiah Teal is in there. He's going to hand the ball off to Wiggins, running to the right side, and he's corralled 3 yards deep in the backfield. Zane Mobley gets back there for the Wildcats, one of the first guys there, along with Camilo Rollins, and they stopped him 3 yards back in the backfield, and the Ed White Commanders have called a timeout. Now, see this guy, he pointed the wrong way towards Ed White. And if the officials can just get it right here, the Wildcats called the timeout, by the way.
He's just happy to be.
I got people texting me a minute ago telling me the sideline warning was on the Cats. Well, I knew that, but the official pointed the wrong way. We need the officials to point the right way. Second down play, second down 13. Ed White with the football from their 3-yard line. Got some shout-outs coming up at halftime, Jackie. Got a good shout-out I'm going to give from a guy that I talked to earlier to know he's listening to the football game. Want to get some score updates as well. Talked to Mike Rogers earlier. I think Bishop Kenny playing tonight. He was checking in on that game, so maybe we'll get some score updates. But we'll get some shout-outs here at halftime along with our Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report. A lot to talk about tonight, Jackie. The Jaguars, 1-0 on the year. How'd that happen?
Hey, I like it, man. Those guys, they played good. That was a good game.
Would you say that was one of the week's biggest surprises?
That was one of the decade's biggest surprises. There's no way that Jaguar team should have beat that Colts team. Never.
With Phillip Rivers.
I mean, Phillip Rivers,
Jaguar killer, Phillip Rivers.
Marlon Mack, and I know he got hurt, but still, I mean, just basically a team of rookies taking on a team of veterans opposite them, and they hung right there and took every blow and gave one back every chance they got.
Interesting watching the NFL games with some stadiums with fans, some without, but all of them piping in this enormous crowd noise that I think is louder than normal. We're going to talk about that and that dynamic in a moment when we get to our halftime report. Second down play now. Ed White facing a 2nd and 13, 50 seconds to go here in the half. They're just going to run it straight ahead. Spin move, gets across the 5-yard line, but the Cats will bring him down right at the 10. Third down play upcoming as the clock will run under 40 seconds to go in the first half. Entertaining ball game, entertaining first half of football here tonight, Jackie. But Ed White doing everything they can to get this thing to the locker room. They're just running the ball up the middle here with 20 seconds to go. Trying to maybe hopefully break one, something of that nature, get the Wildcats to jump off sides, but they want this clock to run out and go to the locker room and regroup. I guess DeLon, I'm not sure, the quarterback DeLon, he's back out of the game, so he did come back in for one series, then he checked back out. Teal's going to fire one to the right side here, and he threw it short of the receiver, and that's going to stop the clock with 3 seconds to go.
I was going to say, well, 3 seconds to go, fourth down here. I mean,
a lot can happen on punt return in 3 seconds. My goodness,
man.
Hey, if I'm the special teams coach for Ed White, you know what I do? I tell the punter to get the ball and run for 3 seconds.
You better hope you can.
Well, it takes one to get back to the punter, so you figure if he could just run for 2 seconds, the clock would run out. I wouldn't even try to kick this thing.
Map it over his head.
That would help, but they're going to just run a play here. I think they figure running a play on fourth down will melt those 3 seconds. Steele takes the snap. He's going to throw again. Throws one deep down the right sideline. He's going to overthrow everybody, and the clock will hit all zeros. So that definitely ran the 3 seconds off, and that'll do it for the first half. Wildcats going to take a 27-0 lead to the locker room break, and good first half for the Cats. A couple of big touchdown passes for the Crawford brothers. A couple of big runs in the first half. We'll come back, go through all the stats. We'll talk to you about college football, get some takes on some of the things we've seen in the NFL for the first couple of weeks, and we'll do all that when we come back. You're listening to Wildcat Football right here on WFBB 97.5 FM.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
Blackburn Curry Funeral and Cremation is honored to be a sponsor of Wildcat Football. James Curry is a proud Baker County Wildcat, class of 1987. He and his wife Shannon own Blackburn Curry Funeral and Cremation, located at 380 North Louder Street in McClenny. They can be reached 24 hours a day by calling 2806. To learn more, please visit www.blackburncurryfh.com. Proving not all funeral homes are the same, one family at a time. Go Wildcat.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinsChevy.com.
Hey, Wildcat fans. This is Anita Cruz with Country Financial Credit Union. This challenging year has caused us to miss out on many of our favorite things, but thankfully it hasn't taken away our Friday night life. It also hasn't changed our credit union's ability to serve your financial needs. Whether you're looking for fee-free checking, mobile banking, or great rates on loans, we're here to help. In fact, we're big enough to meet all your financial needs, yet small enough to deliver personal service to every member. Country Financial Credit Union, hometown banking, hometown people, and proud sponsor of the Baker County Wildcats, insured by NCUA.
For over 50 years, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546.
Dual State Real Estate is a proud supporter of Wildcat football. We offer home and land sales as well as property management in Florida and Georgia. Come in for a free consultation and we'll show you how to get up to 16% more for your property. Mention this ad and we'll give you free buyer representation. Don't hesitate. Call Dual State, owned and operated by Sabrina Thrift. Call us today at 904-397-0263 or check us out at dualstaterealestate.com. We'll give you service you deserve from people you can trust. And at Dual State Real Estate, we are always Wildcat proud.
Since 1981, Higginbotham's Towing and Recovery has been serving the community of Baker County, providing safe and reliable towing needs. If you need a car or truck towed or even a shed in your backyard, Higginbotham's is a place to call. Located in Glen St. Mary, they are available 24 hours, 7 days a week. 259-4375. That's 259-4375. The Higginbotham family is so excited to be a proud supporter of Wildcat football.
And we welcome you back here to Memorial Stadium, downtown McClenny, Florida. Site of tonight's matchup between the Baker County Wildcats and the Commanders from Ed White High School from over on the west side of Jacksonville. Ed White comes into tonight's ball game 1-0 on the season. They had a big win against Menendez last week, and looked like a game that from the very outset tonight, Jackie, that we were going to have some trouble containing Ed White. You know, we went down the field, scored a touchdown on our first possession, first drive for the Wildcats. Carson Crawford took it 41 yards on a little zone read play, ran away from the defense, scored the touchdown. Life was good. Blake Mays added the extra point to make it 7-0. But Ed White came right back. And some really good play calling. They mixed in some different passes. They threw to the tight end. They ran some screen plays. They ran the ball, off tackle, between the tackles. They did good, a good drive right back down the field. And it looked like this game was probably going to be one of those games we're going back and forth with. But Wildcats were able to stop them on 4 downs inside the 10. But we got a roughing the passer penalty against the quarterback, which has kind of hampered him the rest of the half. 3 plays later, we get the turnover inside the 10, and ever since that point, Jackie, Ed White hasn't been the same. Wildcats have just pulled away, and it's a 27-0 ball game. 4 touchdowns for the Cats in the first half. I told you Carson Crawford on the first one went 41 yards for the touchdown run. Blake Mays added the extra point. The next touchdown came a few minutes later as 32 yards down the field, a beautiful throw and catch from Carson Crawford to his brother Cameron. later on, we got a touchdown run for 5 yards from Carson Crawford straight up the middle, and then another touchdown pass. So Carson Crawford has accounted for 4 touchdowns tonight in this ball game, 2 on the pass and 2 on the run. Can you believe that? Our player of the game from last week, he joined us on the show last week.
Yeah, and I tell you what, we should have waited a week. What a night Carson Crawford's having. Man, what do we talk about? Remember we joked in the coach's show, maybe Cameron's doing this, but he can get player of the game, and he can come to the show and defend himself on some of that stuff his brother was talking trash about. So the Crawford brothers having a great night tonight, and yeah, he's just doing it all with his legs through the air. Just every time we think we're giving him a dose of Scooby, a dose of Cam, a dose of Jamari and Baker, and then when Carson Crawford decides he wants to keep it and go, it's there for him.
276 yards tonight for the Cats against 91 for Ed White, and they got most of those on that very first possession of the night. Wildcats have run 43 offensive plays here in the first half, and I'll tell you what that's a sign of, Jackie. We've had to work harder on those offensive series. The Ed White defense came to play. We've had a couple of games this year where we just barely ran more than 43 plays in the whole game. We ran 43 plays in that first half, so that just shows you when they make you go further in the downs, first down, second down, third down, all the way through, when you're fighting hard to get those first downs, you run more plays as an offense. So let's see how that does statistically. So if you look down the list of the rushers for Baker County tonight, Carson Crawford, 7 carries, 64 yards. Jamarian Baker, 12 carries, 51 yards. Scooby Graham, 6 carries, 20 yards. And Cam Smith, 9 carries, only 18 yards. Cam Smith's average per carry down to 2 yards per carry tonight. Has probably some keying on that from that Ed White defense. But Ed White, hey, that's a fast and stingy defense up front, and really some misdirection and some over-the-top passes is what we beat them with tonight. But you can see there, just from the rushers, their attempts and ball carriers tonight, a lot more plays run offensively, but some big plays we hit on, and the Wildcats able to extend that 27-0 lead. And on the Ed White side of the ball, DeLon, the quarterback, he carried the ball 3 times for 12 yards. Number 8 was Jason Patterson. 8, Jason Patterson, 6 carries, 24 yards, and then Wiggins, 5 carries, 22 yards. So they don't have a ball carrier over 25 yards tonight. Wildcat defense doing a good job against their running game.
Yeah, again, that was kind of the matchup that I was wanting to look at. Wiggins went 25 for 284 last week against that Menendez defense. So not knowing the whole picture, you don't know what that means. I mean, that's a huge night for a running back, but the Wildcat defense able to corral him. And just when you thought they had something going there, I was like you. I felt like this game was going to be really close throughout the first quarter. But the Wildcat defense are able to settle in and get some big stops, and then the Wildcat offense goes to work and able to pull away up 27-0. Now you got to wonder, Ed White kind of got, when DeLon came out of the game, they kind of got where it was just more of just a one-sided type offense, just the running game was really the only thing they were comfortable going with there. When DeLon was in the game, did a great job of mixing it up. So how will they come out in this third quarter and attack?
Well, Jackie, we want to take a moment and thank our halftime sponsor, Baker County Farm Bureau. Jack Baker, Justin Webb. Home insurance, life insurance, car insurance, boat insurance. What other kind of insurance? Golf cart insurance?
Anything you need is insurance.
You have any insurance needs in the Baker County area, you give Jack or Justin a call down there, 259-6332. They are our halftime sponsor, and proud to have them along again. I saw Jack this week, and we talked about maybe doing some fishing pretty soon. Jackie, you in for that?
Absolutely.
We'll see how that goes. But, Jackie, your dad always likes to remind us that September is Life Insurance Awareness Month. So if you know of anyone or even yourself that you don't know what your life insurance situation is, if something were to happen to you or a family member, something you need to kind of think about and take into consideration. What would happen to your family members if for some reason you weren't there anymore? And if you have those thoughts and you haven't had a chance to maybe consider what you want to do for the future in terms of life insurance, give them a call. Life Insurance Awareness Month, just one of those things that you kind of have to think about. None of us wants to think about having to use it, but at the same time, you don't want to leave your family hanging if you don't have it. So Life Insurance Awareness Month, give Jack or Justin a call, 259-6332, and talk through that with them. Jackie, I read an article today and wanted to get your thoughts on this, but a lot of the guys that we talk to during the week, what they like to do is they'll do what we call cherry picking. They'll cherry pick an article here or there that might make their team look good or make their team stand out, or they might say, hey, this is something your team needs to watch out for. It's kind of like one of those things where the other teams always worry more about your team than they do their own team. But I read an article today over on CBSSports.com and talking about some of the teams that were something to look for this week. And so it made me think about you and I talking about the SEC and doing a little preseason review ourselves tonight. So an odd season, to say the least. None of these teams having a chance to even get out and practice in a regulation game. There was no orange and blue game, no red and black game, no garnet and gold game this year. These are teams that are going to set foot on the field next Saturday, and it's going to be SEC teams lining up against SEC teams for the first game of the year. Now, I'm not saying that's against the rules or that teams shouldn't start out with a good game to start the season, but these teams are totally untested. Next week, it's kind of like NASCAR. NASCAR, they're not running any practice at all right now. They're just going straight to the track and running. NFL opened up this week with no preseason. Same thing for college. High school had no kickoff classic. So it'll be interesting next week. What are some of the matchups we're going to look at in the SEC? On the west side of the ball, obviously Alabama going to be the team to compete with again. But they're kind of uncertain about quarterback. Mac Jones, the guy that came in there last year, and toward the end of that season, Matua's gone. Somebody's got to take over the reins at quarterback for Alabama. Can Mac Jones be the guy that leads them to the promised land again? Auburn's a team that's going to be ranked high again this year. They've got the son of Patrick Nix, Bo Nix, is still up there with that Auburn team, and they're looking at their defense as one of the best in the conference. Texas A&M, Jimbo Fisher, they want to turn the corner and be that team in the West that competes with Alabama moving forward. So if you're looking at the Western Division, Jackie, who are you picking?
I do this every year. Listen, LSU's got to be on top. The fact that they're not number one in the polls is astonishing. You can sit out there and say, they lost this one, they lost that. They're the reigning national champion. To me, the reigning national champion goes on top until somebody beats them. So I'm not going to count LSU out until I see the product they put on the field. Alabama's always there, but LSU had their number last year. So they can continue with that offensive performance that they had last year. I don't know. They're the team to beat to me still.
Alabama opens up on the road next week, a 28.5-point favorite at Missouri.
Oh, boy.
So they'll go play Missouri in the first game of the week, or first game for Alabama next Saturday night at 7 o'clock. And the other team that you mentioned, LSU, Mississippi State, will go to Baton Rouge to take on the Tigers. Mississippi State, a 16.5-point underdog. That'll be the 3:30 CBS game next Saturday. Jackie, let's turn our attention to the East, and I'm with you. I'm with you as far as, hey, last year LSU was the number one team. Nobody's knocked them off. But I'm just going to say, Joe Burrow is not there anymore. They've got to fill that hole at quarterback. I'm one of those guys, man, if you have to replace a quarterback on a football team, that kind of nullifies any number one ranking to me. I still think Alabama is probably the team to beat over in the West.
Did they not replace a quarterback?
They did, but I'm just going off legacy, I guess.
You can't have an argument then negate your argument.
I just did, didn't I? All right, so it'll be Bama and LSU to watch out for in the West. I think Texas A&M is probably not quite there yet, but watch out for Auburn again. Auburn can sneak up and do some damage from time to time. Auburn's got a good coaching staff. They've got a lot of good players on that football team. Jackie, let's turn our attention to the East. You hear all the talk and the predictions is all about the Georgia Bulldogs. They've won that thing a few times in a row now. They've had a chance to go win some SEC championships. They haven't gotten it done in the national championship. Their guy who was going to start at quarterback, he's opted out for the season. What do you think? You've got the Gators coming back, a team that, won 10 games a couple of years in a row, got a big bowl win last year. Can the Gators rise to the top this year, and are they the only teams for us to look at in the East this year?
Oh, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, I've never seen a team self-own themselves as bad as the Georgia Bulldogs have. You're celebrating the fact you hadn't won a national championship in 40 years. You bring out your new jersey. Oh, the 40th anniversary of the national championship. Are you kidding me right now? Gator fans don't even have to do it. You're doing it to yourselves, guys. Come on, wake up, man. The Gators are back, baby.
Gators are back, baby. So the Gators open up next weekend on the road at Ole Miss, noon kickoff. Georgia going to take on Felipe Franks and the Arkansas Razorbacks. Which team has a better chance of getting dethroned on week one?
Oh, man. Felipe, man. I like that. I like it. I like it.
I'm a little nervous about the Gators traveling over to Oxford. They broke out some light blue powder uniforms that they're gonna wear against the Gators next week, so they're excited about that. They've got some excitement over in Oxford, and they haven't lost the game yet, so they're feeling it. But I like the matchup. I like Florida going over there getting the win. Lane Kiffin, though, he is an offensive guy, so we'll see what happens when that happens next week. But it should be exciting. This week, though, Jackie, what do the Seminoles have to do to get back on the field and regroup after they're taken down for the third year in a row?
Shut it down. Shut the program down. Tell them everybody's quarantined. You're not coming back out on the field. There's no way I would roll that out. I wouldn't even. You couldn't pay me to watch that film.
Everybody's quarantined. Shut them down. Seminoles lose in opening week fashion to Georgia Tech. They lost to Boise State last year. I think it was Virginia Tech maybe the year before. It's been a tough go in Tallahassee, but some of the folks believe that Mike Norvell is going to turn it around. Wildcats are going to open up the second half here, kicking off to Ed White. The tackle is going to be made around the 27-yard line. But, Jackie, just to close it out, I'm going to ask who your SEC champion will be this year.
Man. I mean, I'm with you on the West. I think you got to go. I don't think the East is quite there yet. I do think Florida has the best opportunity to win the East this year. Georgia has no idea who their quarterback's going to be. And then on the West, the winner out of the LSU-Alabama game, I think, is going to be the SEC champion.
First down and 10, Ed White has the football at the 27-yard line. Quarterback Teal in there. He gives the handoff to the running back coming across the 30. It'll be a gain of about 3. Jackie, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to give you the SEC championship game matchup will be Florida against Auburn this year.
Oh, wow.
I believe that it'll be Florida and Auburn in the SEC championship game. Now, don't ask me what their records are going to be and what the path is to get there. We'll talk about that as the year goes along. But that's kind of my pick for the championship game this year. It'll be Florida-Auburn. Auburn a little bit of a dark horse to get there, but I think they've got the players to do it. Second down handoff, they're going to get across the 30 to the 32-yard line. It'll bring up a third down and about 6 for Ed White here as we start the second half, 27-0. Thank you for listening to the Baker County Farm Bureau Halftime Report. Our halftime went a little faster, Jackie. I was going to talk some NFL and some other stuff, but we've got plenty of time this year to get those things in.
The same harassment I got from FSU fans last week, I'm getting from Bulldogs fans tonight. You saw what happened there, guys.
Third down, call it 5. The quarterback Teal takes the snap. He's going to hand it off again, and he's going to be hit. Jason Patterson, the senior running back, comes up to the 35 and just short of the 35, and it's going to be a 4th down and 3.
Yeah, that time, big number 60, Deshaun Larry, able to get some penetration there and brings the big back Patterson down, and Ed White from inside their own 35 gonna go for it here on their opening drive of the second half.
But if you don't get it here, you're kind of conceding that you don't have a chance to win this game. 4th down and 3. Quarterback Teal in the shotgun. They're going to run it inside, and Teal's going to be tackled before he gets back to the line at the 35-yard line, and the Cats are going to take over on down.
I'm with you. I just kind of concede defeat at that point, I think. Not a great position on the field to do that. You've not done a whole lot offensively in the last quarter and a half. Poor decision, in my opinion, there, down 27-0.
Yeah, that's a tough decision. Listen, I can understand wanting to get the first down on 4th and 3 there, but, Jackie, come on. Can we be a little more imaginative than run your sophomore quarterback around the end? First down play. Wildcats going to run straight ahead down to the 30-yard line, a 5-yard gain on first down. Jackie, when we look around the landscape tomorrow, the 3:30 CBS game tomorrow is featuring Appalachian State against Marshall. Get a chance to see Cooper Hodges on the field there, prime time on CBS, right there on the Marshall Thundering Herd field. Run a little option to the left. Jamarian Baker catches it in stride. He's going to take it inside the 15, the 10, the 5, and Jamarian Baker takes it all the way for a 25-yard, 30-yard touchdown run for the Wildcats, and they extend the lead to 33-0.
What a great play. We bounded it in between the tackles, and that time a little speed option with Carson Crawford, Jamarian Baker, and that was a great block downfield by Tyler Richardson. Sprung Jamarian Baker in for a touchdown.
Tyler Richardson, number 21, talked about him last week. Wide receiver out there. Wildcats going to go for 2 here and flag down on the play. False start on the Cats here. That'll probably force them to kick the extra point now. Jackie, one of the interesting games tomorrow I was looking at, here's a game, so Georgia Tech goes on the road last week and they take down the Seminoles in Tallahassee. Well, there's years that you would say, what a great win for Georgia Tech, right? Well, the fact that the Seminoles are not the Seminoles of old may not say that, but tomorrow in Atlanta, Georgia Tech is hosting who? Do you know who they're hosting tomorrow?
I do not.
They're hosting UCF from Central Florida.
Oh, wow.
So number 14, UCF, is going to take it on the road to the show there in Atlanta to face the Yellow Jackets in downtown Atlanta. Could that be a game to watch at 3:30?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if UCF wins, then they're automatically the best team in the state in their minds.
7.5-point favorites are the Golden Knights, just so you know. Pass play coming from Crawford here as they were going for 2 again, and he's going to be hit and dropped and sacked. And that time's the first time, really, Ed White's had pressure on Crawford as he was going to throw the football, and so we will not get the 2-point conversion.
No, that time with the score like that, I think Coach May's just electing, we may get in a situation like this where we got to go for 2.
Right.
And with the game on the line, let's see if we can do it. And that time, unsuccessful. Like you said, a big rush up front for the Ed White defense. So the Wildcats with 9:38 left in the third quarter, up 33-0.
33-0. Cats on top. Second half just underway. Ed White took the opening kickoff of the second half, came down. The Wildcats stopped them on 4 downs. The Wildcats turned around and went the other way for a touchdown. So just like that, the second half has begun with the Wildcats kind of picking up where they left off. Kickoff coming from Blake Mays as the Wildcats have it teed up at the 40-yard line. Ed White sends Wiggins back at the 20, at the 15. It's going to be taken by the up man at the 30-yard line. He gets to the right corner, 35-40, and pushed out of bounds over there on the far sideline. And Ed White will take it around the 41-yard line. First and 10.
Ed White just doesn't have quite the same bounce they had when they rolled in there to Memorial Stadium tonight. They were pretty amped up. Big win over Menendez. Thought they were going to come in here. And like we talked about, Mike, I'm with the Wildcats there. I had me a little nervous for the first couple minutes of that first quarter, but now the Wildcats just pouring it on, and Ed White has no answer.
Jackie, through 2.5 ball games so far on the year, the Wildcats have outscored opponents 115-6. Oh, little fun fact for you there. First down play now. The quarterback is back in the ball game. The quarterback, when I say quarterback, DeLon, he's the quarterback who started the game. He's back in there. First down handoff. The Wildcats stuff it at the line of scrimmage. Second down and long coming up. And DeLon, he's been in and out since that roughing play, and I'm not sure if maybe this is their game plan or if DeLon's just been kind of shaken up and now he's ready to go. But he's back in there, senior quarterback, Jamal DeLon. He led them on that first drive early in the game. Wildcats turned them away. Second down, call it 9. DeLon in there, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. He's going to fire one to the right side. Catch is made, coming up across the 45 to the 47-yard line. And Ed White will be about 3 yards short of a first down.
Big hit that time by Wesley Staggs from his defensive line position. Again, those guys getting after it. Even when the ball doesn't come their way, defense flying to the football. I know Coach Kennedy is proud of that. Again, you talk about 115-6. The offensive performances had to put on, but that 6 points that came in one game. So this defense doing a great job this season.
Yeah, Bradford County scored the only 6 against the Cats. Pass left side going to be called over here, and a tackle is going to be made right away. Carlos Jefferson came up and hit the receiver, and then DeHaven Clark finished him off as the Cats are going to force a loss here on the third down play.
That's going to bring up another 4th and long situation, and again, in a very similar spot on the field, and this time Ed White looks like they're going to elect to punt it away. I thought they were going to go for it again there for a second.
You can't keep doing that to your team. You know, they've been fighting, but you know, it's kind of like I said a moment ago. Now, if they pick up a yard or two there and it's 4th and 1, that's one thing. But you're sitting here 4th and 7, and it's one of those things where you're kind of conceding to the other team that you have no chance. I mean, and I don't think coaches want to convey that message. You know, no matter what, everybody in the stadium might know it, Jackie, but you don't want to tell your team that, right?
No, absolutely not. You're going to fight till you hear the horn blow.
7.5 to go, third quarter, 33-0. Wildcats on top. And now you're going to get a whistle before the punt here. And something's going on.
Delay game. I knew it had to be getting close. My goodness, they took forever. They only had 10 on the field for a while, and by the time the 11th man runs out there and gets set, get a delay game call.
Do you remember what uniforms we wore against Bradford in the first game, Jackie?
I do not.
This white pants, red jerseys is a good look. This is a clean look for the Wildcats. What do you think? That's what my 9-year-old says. Clean.
Yeah, I like it.
He says, that's clean, Dad. Zane Mobley back there trying to block the punt. They're going to get him for roughing the punter here, but I think he might have touched it.
You would think so. My goodness, the ball we talked about straight up in the air, a 3-yard punt. That was almost a 0-yard punt. And now
they're going to talk about it. The white hat threw the flag, but Brock Kennedy sitting there telling them that he deflected it. And for the ball to not go more than the yards that it did, you might have to believe him. Referee calls running into the kicker, so they're going to – he's asking Coach Mays if he wants to decline it. Well, the penalty is against Coach Mays. Why would you ask him if he wants to decline it?
Absolutely. We'll decline, please. Thank you.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you. Come again.
We haven't had a good chance to get on the officials all year, but tonight they're making it easy. Oh, my goodness.
And we really, I mean, when you're winning like this, you can't get on them too hard, but my goodness, these guys, I don't know whether they're coming or going.
Well, here's the thing. You had an offsides penalty, or I'm sorry, a delay of game penalty that was 5 yards a moment ago. Now you get a running into the kicker, which is 5 yards the other way. So really, net, there's no gain, no loss here, you know? Here we go. Hunter back out there on the field, and let's see if Zane maybe comes back and tries to get the full block this time. Snap back there to the punter. Wildcats get good pressure, but nobody back there. Here comes Jamad Ruiz, and he's going to fumble the football, and Ed White's going to take it from him. He was a little bit too far from it, Zachy. He came up to the 25, and he reached a little too far for it, and he had a big return on his mind.
Yeah, he gator-armed that one a little bit. Got to get up under it, like you said. He backpedaled a little too far, and at that point, on those punts, man, you just got to, if you're not in the right position, you got to get out of there.
You got to go. If you're not going to be able to get it, and I think J. Mudd had on his mind that he was taking that one to the house. First down and 10 now. Ed White gets the turnover, their first turnover they've gotten tonight. They'll take over from the 26-yard line. Teal back in there at quarterback for Ed White, and a flag down on the first play. This should be 5 yards against the Commanders.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know if Teal's coming in just because, or if, especially now, they see the game maybe a little out of hand. They see how easily your starting quarterback can go out, so let's get this kid some reps.
Well, and he's a sophomore. I mean, he may be the future, and maybe they've seen some things in him in practice that they want to give him some work. I'm not sure, but DeLon seemed to have great control of that offense on the first series, and we haven't seen much of him. Not sure if he was shaken up or not. Not real sure. This is where we need a sideline reporter. First down 15 after the 5-yard penalty. Going to hand off to the right side to Patterson, and Patterson's going to hand it off down there, and he's going to get inside the 25. Jackie, I need to give a special shout-out because we didn't get to our shout-outs at halftime a moment ago. One of my buddies at home listening to the game today, Clayton Duval, down there from McClenny Tire and Lube, got to give him a shout-out because, man, he hooked me up this week, Jackie. I needed some tires for my boat trailer down there. It was running on the rims all the way around. So went down, saw Clayton, worked out a good deal down at McClenny Tire and Lube, and I appreciate them.
After this play right here, I'm going to tell you about McClenny Tire.
You going to tell me? Well, I'm going to tell you, here's a little handoff to Patterson, and he's going to break it down inside the 15. I always say hey to Phil and Clayton on the radio, and he said that Gina actually said, how come we didn't get a shout-out to her? I said, well, she's never done anything for me down there. I'm kidding. Handoff this time, Patterson coming left side. Go ahead, Jackie.
Well, listen, yeah, 2 things. So I had to go down there today. And I did meet with the boss, and that is Miss Gina. Gigi was down there today, and she said, listen to me, quit talking about these 2 guys. I run the show up here. And I said, yes, ma'am. Well, I'll let the people know. But, so I told you last week, Jana had a flat tire. So, listen, we've been so busy that I had to get a new tire finally put on it. And I got a lot of stuff going on the Booster Club, Mike. I'm driving half a day Friday doing different things. So I ran the tire up there. I couldn't even drive Jana's vehicle. I had to take the tire off. I ran it up there. I said, Clay, can you get me a tire? Not only did he give me a great deal on a set of tires, I said, Clay, can I leave it with you? Just leave it out, behind the building. I'll come back and get it after the game. He calls me about 30 minutes later. He says, hey, where you at? I said, I'm up here at the stadium doing a couple things. He said, all right. He said, I got this tire. I'm going to put it in the back of your truck for you. Take it home, put it on your wife's vehicle so she can drive. So you want to talk about service. I tell you what, that's service right there. And I appreciate McClenny Tire and Lube very much. And Gigi Duval down there whipping them guys in the shape.
Oh, no doubt about it. Gina does keep them in shape, for sure. But, hey, that was good. I did the same thing. I dropped my boat off the other morning because I had to take my son to school. And by the time I came back from dropping my son to school, I asked Clayton, hey, how long is it going to be before everything's done? You know what he told me? It's already done, Mike. And I said, oh, okay. So my boat's back in business, ready to get on the water, so time to go fishing. Might be a little too windy this week.
Yeah, I heard that. One more quick shout-out I wanted to give Tim Sweat, property appraiser here. He texted me, wanted to let me know we do a pregame meal every week for the players at the high school, and this week that meal was provided by the elected officials, so the supervisor of elections, Miss Nita Crawford, Tax Collector Amy Duggar, Superintendent Sherry Rollerson, the Clerk of Court Stacey Harvey, Judge Joey Williams, Sheriff Scotty Roden, and the property appraiser Tim Sweat. So we appreciate all them very much for providing that food down there to all them hungry boys. I tell you what, it ain't easy feeding a football team, I can assure you. And there was plenty of food down there, and it was good.
What'd they have, Jackie?
They had some pulled pork. So they smoked some Boston butts and then had some macaroni and cheese. And I heard I had some dessert down there, I think, too. I was kind of mad I didn't get to go down there and eat.
Can't go wrong with pork, can you?
Not at all.
Third down play coming up for Ed White after the intentional grounding and incomplete pass. They're all the way back to the 33-yard line. They've got to get inside the 5 for a first down. So this is a long third down situation for the sophomore quarterback. 33-0, the Wildcats on top, 4:58 to go. Steele going to fire one down the right sideline. He's got a receiver down there. A catch is made inside the 10. A huge pass completion, and he's still short of the first down.
Yeah, it was a huge pass completion to the 13, the tight end, Eric Buggist. Neil threw a great ball that time. Of course, there wasn't anybody around. I don't know what happened, a little miscommunication in the secondary. But like you said, picks up big yardage and still
23.
4th and 8.
Picked up 23, and they still have 8 to go.
I'd watch for the tight end again right here.
4:50 to go in the third quarter. 33-0. Cats on top. Quarterback Teal, big kid. He's a sophomore, left-hander. Straight drop. He's under pressure. Has to scramble. He's going to scramble to his left. He's got plenty of room to run, but he's going to be tracked down at the 5. We'll have to check the yardage. Wildcats push him out of bounds at the 4-yard line. He might be short.
Oh, my goodness. It's going to be close. I tell you what, Toby Kinghorn with great pursuit there. Thought Neal was going to be able to get the edge. And it's not even close. They don't even measure. So the Wildcats, great play. Toby Kinghorn not only saving the first down, but a potential touchdown there. So good play from that linebacking corner.
Great play, because when Teal took off, I thought he had the end zone. I mean, plenty of room to run over there. Toby Kinghorn makes up a lot of room and stops him on the sideline at the 5-yard line. He needed to get to the 3, so like you say, 2 full yards short. The Wildcats will take it over, 1st and 10 from the 5-yard line.
Just deflating if you're Ed White. You know, I mean, you keep getting so close and just can't punch one in.
Carson Crawford stays in there at quarterback. Cats with a full house backfield trying to run it out of there. Straight ahead carry out to the 8-yard line or so. 3-yard pickup here, 2nd down and 8. Jackie, want to give one more shout-out. My son, Colby, had to go to baseball practice tonight. He hates the fact that they practice on Friday nights, and now he's missing all the Friday night football games. So, Colby, if you're listening, buddy, they're still not letting kids on the sideline, so you wouldn't be happy here anyway.
Not much going on.
2nd down and 8. 2nd down, 8. Crawford in the shotgun, going to give the ball straight ahead. And a good carry out near the 15-yard line. Scooby Graham picking them up and putting them down close to the 1st down yard line.
Yeah, it's a big carry there by Scooby Graham, and looks like he's going to be just – oh, no, they might measure here. Oh, 1st down, wow.
Well, if it's touching – I mean, you come out from the 5, if it's touching the 15, it's got to be a 1st down. I mean, that's the rule. 1st down and 10. Crawford takes a snap. He gives it to Scooby Graham. Scooby Graham going to fight hard for 2, maybe 3 tough yards again up the middle of that defense. Want to remind you one more time, I've reminded folks a couple of times tonight that in partnership with the Baker Prevention Coalition, the YMCA of Baker County is going to have a youth flag football season. The season is going to run from October 12th to December the 5th this year. The registration is $50. And first day of sign-ups is going to be next Saturday. And my friend Leah Roden down there at the Baker Prevention Coalition, she calls it the Aquatic Center. Jackie, you and I just call it the what?
That's the pool. You ain't got to be fancy with us, Leah. That's the pool from way back.
The pool, down there at the pool. So next Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., you can register for YMCA flag football. And if you're interested in being a coach or having anything to do with the league whatsoever, they're looking for volunteers as well. So when you go down and sign your kids up, if you're interested in volunteering, sign up to volunteer too. I mean, make a difference in a child's life and become a coach down there on the field and coach one of those flag football teams. I promise you it'll be a rewarding experience for you and contribute to the youth of this county, Jackie, and it's a good, rewarding thing. It looks like the season's going to run, like I said, from October 12th to December 5th, so you got a couple of weeks now, to get your kids signed up and get going. But next Saturday down at the pool, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., $50 registration.
I mean, when I think aquatic center, I'm thinking like synchronized swimming, like platform diving, water polo, and saying, listen, these kids are down there doing cannonballs and running around the pool like they're not supposed to do. I'm just kidding with you. It can be an aquatic center if you want it to be.
Well, it sounds fancy.
Yeah, it does. It is fancy.
Third quarter, dragging along here. The Wildcats on top, 33-0.
We needed those 2 extra points to get that running clock going.
Running clock was nice last week. We got into the second half, and the game just kind of evaporated. Carson Crawford in the gun. Takes the snap. He's going to throw the screen pass. He's got Graham. Here comes Scooby to the 15. Scooby to the 20. Scooby's going to get out to the 22-yard line and be tackled there. And the Wildcats pick up good yardage on first down.
Yeah, that was good. Good play call again, a little screen pass. I love it, Mike. That's another thing we've been screaming over a couple of years now. We can get a screen pass going, and we've ran it successfully a few times
The other thing you mentioned earlier, throwing to the tight end. We got a tight end playing at Georgia Southern, and we never threw him the ball when he was here. 3rd down and 4. Here we go. 3rd down. Scooby's got the carry, and Scooby's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage. He's still fighting, and he fights his way out near the 20. He's not going to get the first down. The Cats are going to have to punt. That's got to be one of the most telling things that you can ever say, right? We got a guy playing tight end at Georgia Southern. Well, how many catches did you have at Baker County?
None. I'd have to check that stat. I don't remember if he. I think they threw him the ball a couple of times, but he wasn't Gronkowski out there. I can assure you, nobody utilizes a tight end in high school football,
and that's not me knocking the player.
No,
great player.
Yeah.
We just didn't have the steam to throw to the tight end. Is what that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
punt down here. Cameron Crawford comes down, catches in the open field. Shaquille Johnson back here at the 45-yard line. But yeah. Throwing to the tight end, throwing a little screen pass here and there. We like it.
Throw it to him. Now, listen. Maybe they called him feet for a reason. I don't know. Maybe he had feet for hands. I'm not sure.
No, come on. All right. 1st down and 10, Ed White. They still trail 33-0. We're nearing the end of the 3rd quarter here. I want to thank everyone who's made it possible for this game to be broadcast tonight. Jeremy Height putting the game on YouTube. I know a lot of folks are loving that, Jackie, so I'll let Wildcat fans know. As long as we've got home games, we're going to be able to do that. We're going to be able to team up with Jeremy Height, run the audio here, and he's running the video, so we can talk to you while you're watching. Pass to the right side, DeLon, the quarterback, the starter, back in there, and they're going to hit a play down across the 50 and into Wildcat territory down to the 42-yard line. 1st down here. Looks like they've got a little more urgency now.
Yeah, and DeLon back in there running the show again. I'm not exactly sure what the game plan is, but you're right. When DeLon's in the game, he is definitely in control, and this offense is much more productive.
1st down at the Wildcat 41. Ed White with the football. Cats on top, 33-0. Pass play to the right side is going to be incomplete. Now, this is one of those things that can drag a game out, Jackie, if we get a lot of incomplete.
Well, I feel like we've been in this 3rd quarter for an eternity. The Wildcats up 33-0 still. Minute 13 left in this 3rd quarter, and, man, we need a field goal, man. We're going to have to get on Kevin. I needed that running clock.
Well, one of the things that we're going to talk about here in the 4th quarter, Jackie, is we're going to run down this Wildcat football schedule, give you guys some indication of what's to come down the road, and also remind you a couple of more times about our Wildcat Radio Coaches Show. 2nd down play, DeLon's going to run it around the end on a scramble play. He was looking to throw the ball down the field, but he scrambles out of there. Flag down behind the play, probably in the area of holding, but we'll check the flag. Either way, DeLon was short of the 1st down, so it would be a 3rd down play, but a holding penalty would wipe out any gain that you got there.
Yeah, it looked like holding on Zane Mobley was getting held there as he's pursuing DeLon out of the pocket.
So, Jackie, as we get to the 4th quarter here tonight in just a moment or two, looking down this schedule for the Wildcats now, one thing Wildcat fans will need to know, next week is off. Next week is a bye week. So no game for the Cats next week. The Wildcats look like they're going to head into the bye week 3-0. But then coming back from the bye week, a couple of away games in Duval County, at Westside, and then at Terry Parker before coming back here on the 16th of October to face Bowles at home. Then we'll go to West Nassau the following week, then back at home to finish it off with Bishop Kenny and Suwannee to close out the year. So no game next week. When we come back on the 2nd of October, we'll be at Westside High School in 2 weeks. DeLon, back to throw. Fires one to the right side. It's going to be picked off. Picked off right at midfield. Here come the Wildcats running it back across the 45. On his feet, down inside the 42-yard line or so. Interception for Jeremiah Jones, number 16 for the Cats.
Yeah, it was a great play by Jamil that time.
Jamil Jones, sorry. I named the wrong 16. They've got Jeremiah Jones, 16. I read from the wrong roster. Sorry.
I was bound to happen. Listen, DeLon is as much as good as he's done in the passing game, telegraphing it a little bit, and we gave him cushion, and Jamil Jones that time gives no cushion, breaks on a good ball, and going to give us Wildcat offense.
But there's a flag down over there at the 40-yard line, a sideline warning this time against Edway. And look, the referee pointed toward the Wildcats.
What?
I don't know why the referee can't point the right way tonight. Sideline warning, they pointed to the Wildcats, but clearly the flag's on the other side. You don't need to text me. I know. All right, first down, here we go. Crawford with the handoff up the middle. Jamarian Baker to the 40. Jamarian Baker, 35, still on his feet. He'll run out of bounds at the 30-yard line. 13-yard gain on first down for Jamarian Baker.
And this is, again, I know we've been in the third quarter for a while, but this is what you want to see that offensive line do. Wear on these guys. Nothing really doing in the first half of the ball game, and now holes are starting to open up. Those running backs are starting to see it.
All right, here we go. Middle of the field, first down. Little trip there that time. I was trying to go through the line.
Chuck Norris sitting on top of the press box. Got it.
Second down play upcoming. Second down and 9 for the Cats. Up 33-0. That's going to be the end of the third quarter. We'll come back, but I'm going to let John Meadows pay some bills here. Jackie will take a 3-minute timeout. Wildcats, after 3 quarters of play, lead at 33-0. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
Hey, Wildcat fans, this is Anita Cruz with Country Financial Credit Union. This challenging year has caused us to miss out on many of our favorite things, but thankfully it hasn't taken away our Friday night lights. It also hasn't changed our credit union's ability to serve your financial needs. Whether you're looking for fee-free checking, mobile banking, or great rates on loans, we're here to help. In fact, we're big enough to meet all your financial needs, yet small enough to deliver personal service to every member. Country Financial Credit Union, hometown banking, hometown people, and proud sponsor of the Baker County Wildcats, insured by NCUA.
Since 1981, Higginbotham's Towing and Recovery has been serving the community of Baker County, providing safe and reliable towing needs. If you need a car or truck towed, or even a shed in your backyard, Higginbotham's is a place to call. Located in Glen St. Mary, they are available 24 hours, 7 days a week. 259-4375. That's 259-4375. The Higginbotham family is so excited to be a proud supporter of Wildcat football.
Dual State Real Estate is a proud supporter of Wildcat football. We offer home and land sales as well as property management in Florida and Georgia. Come in for a free consultation and we'll show you how to get up to 16% more for your property. Mention this ad and we'll give you free buyer representation. Don't hesitate. Call Dual State, owned and operated by Sabrina Thrift. Call us today at 904-397-0263 or check us out at dualstaterealestate.com. We'll give you service you deserve from people you can trust. And at Dual State Real Estate, we are always Wildcat proud.
Blackburn Curry Funeral and Cremation is honored to be a sponsor of Wildcat football. James Curry is a proud Baker County Wildcat, class of 1987. He and his wife Shannon own Blackburn Curry Funeral and Cremation, located at 380 North Louder Street in McClenny. They can be reached 24 hours a day by calling 259-2806. To learn more, please visit www.blackburncurryfh.com. Proving not all funeral homes are the same, one family at a time. Go Wildcats!
And we welcome you back here to Memorial Stadium. And just as we do, Cam Smith is going to take the first down carry and go around the left end for a touchdown as the Wildcats break into the end zone again. Flag down on the play. We'll check that, but if the Cam Smith touchdown holds, the Wildcats will have a chance to extend this to 40-0.
Yeah, great play that time by Cam Smith, but I don't think it's going to count.
I don't either, but it will be a holding penalty that will come back. You can't say that, can you? 11:06 to go in the ball game. The Cats in full control, 33-0. And the Cam Smith touchdown will be erased here. Jackie, after 3 quarters of play, the Wildcats with 351 yards of offense, 213 of those on the ground, 138 with the pass. Jamarian Baker, the leading ball carrier for the Wildcats, 14 carries, 95 yards. Carson Crawford, 6 of 9 for 138 tonight through the air and 2 touchdowns. Cam Smith running again, this time to the left side, inside the 10. He's inside the 5, and Cam Smith does score. No touchdown for the Cats, for no touchdown. What a job to get into the end zone there. Cam Smith growing up a little bit tonight. You know, he's had an easy run of it here in his sophomore year. He's had some easy runs, and tonight Ed White's made him work harder for it. He works hard for that touchdown and scores that time for the Cats.
Finding it on the outside is what they're doing. I tell you, there's really been nothing doing even at the end of the game. Or late in the game, I should say. Really not a whole lot doing in between the tackles, but they go that way. They bounce it outside and finding some creases out there, and that was a great 2 runs by Cam Smith, back-to-back.
39-0 on the scoreboard now. Blake Mays trying to add the extra point. Mays has had a chance to kick 4 extra points tonight. He missed 1, so 3 for 4 on the night, and then the Wildcats went for 2 one time. If he makes this one, then he would have 4 extra points tonight to go with 7 last week. We'll have to add all these up. Mays has been doing a good job on these extra points this year, and this one's right down the middle to make it a 40-0 ball game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, the last 2 games, he's been booming them back there. I had a couple hiccups in the first game, but the last 2 games, those extra points, sending them for a ride.
Well, I tell you, I know that we've had some games and some lopsided scores here early on, but when you get into the games where you're going to be down to the wire, extra points matter in high school.
For sure.
I'll tell you that.
For sure.
How many times have we sat here, Jackie, and you see an extra point failed or a 2-point conversion failed, and you think to yourself that's going to come back to haunt us later? So it is absolutely imperative that you continue to work on it. Jackie, any more shout-outs we need to get out there tonight? I've got one more that we'll do in just a moment.
I got anybody looking to keep supporting Wildcat sports. Trav Barton texts us down at Trav's Barbershop. Volleyball plays Clay next week, the 22nd. So trying to keep up. They've been winning a few games here. Started off a little slow, but picked it up, got it in gear, and want to continue this winning streak.
Absolutely. Travis Martin down there helping out with the coaching of that volleyball team and doing a good job. Go Trav. Go Wildcat volleyball. I got to go see Trav. My hair is unruly.
Got a barn burner tonight down in St. Augustine. Bowles Bulldogs down 23-20 in the third quarter
against the Yellow Jackets, right?
Yep.
First down play here. Teal back in there at quarterback for Ed White. The running back's going to be wrapped up, and we're going to get it.
That's a bad call. Play to the whistle, man. That's a bad call.
You're going to throw a flag on the Cats for hitting the running back late, but I agree with you. I don't even know if the whistle.
No, it was not late. I think they're going to get him for head-to-head.
Personal foul against the Cats, and that's what they call the helmet contact. It's going to be 15 yards against the Cats. 9:21 to go here in the third quarter. Reminding Wildcat fans, no game next week. The Wildcats will have a bye. 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be on the road at Westside High School.
I do have one more shout-out real quick. I want to give a shout-out to Coach Mays' dad, Mr. Mays. He listens in faithfully when he can't be here. under the weather a little bit right now. So, Mr. Mays, if you're listening, your son's kicking butt tonight, 40-0 with 8:50 to go in the ball game, and we wish you all the best in recovery.
Thomas Gainey, senior running back in there, number 20 for Ed White, takes the carry over the midfield stripe and gets into Wildcat territory to the 48. The other thing I wanted to point out, I want to thank Clayton Hancock. You know, he helps out with the Daily Growl TV station up here and offers them through NEFCOM, of course, a streaming service up here, and allows the internet to be connected here for Jeremy Height to be able to produce these YouTube games on Friday night. So thanks to Clayton Hancock and NEFCOM for making that possible. Handoff up the middle, and the Cats converge and stop him at midfield. Big number 55 getting in there for the Cats on the play. That's Bryce Kazmierzak.
Bryce, and then Garrett Kane in there. Had a lot of great plays in that Orange Park game early on, and getting a chance to get back out there and see some action.
Garrett Kane last week had several tackles, had a big special teams tackle a moment ago. Garrett Kane getting back into the tackle column tonight. Third down and 8 coming up. Teal, the quarterback, the left-hander, drops straight back. Three-step drop. Looks to throw, and Kazmierzak gets him in a sack, and Wesley Staggs will pile on, and the Wildcats will sack the quarterback to bring up fourth down.
Defense, I tell you, man, these guys are something fierce. Just nothing doing that again that first quarter. And it was like that against Bradford, and it was like that against Orange Park. You know, a couple times we thought these teams were going to get something going, and then that defense, they kind of settle in. Coach Canada, he makes his adjustments, and nothing doing the rest of the game.
Some of these younger Wildcats getting a chance to get in there. Number 34, Avery Spurlock in the game. I saw number 26, Walker Avera, check out a moment ago. Just the Wildcats getting some more playing time here. Steele on fourth down, going to fire one down the middle, and he's got a receiver, and a catch is made, but the ball is jarred loose by the defensive back down there, number 28, and it's going to be incomplete.
Wow. They're going to talk about, they're not going to talk about it. They're going to call it incomplete, man.
Now the Wildcat defender came over, made the hit on the receiver about the time that he made the catch. The ball came out. I'd rule that an incompletion as well. And it'll be a takeover on downs for this Cat offense with 6:20 to go in the ball game.
I'll tell you right now, if I'm down 40-0, I am going to raise Cain about that being called. Come on, man, give me a break. This Wildcat defense ain't giving me one all night.
The Wildcat offensive lineman checking into the game now, 72, William Self. 77, I don't have, or 71. Trip Carrington still out there for the Cats. Thought we might see some other guys checking in here, but Carson Crawford going back out there with the team. So Kevin Mays keeping a lot of his starters in there on offense. 40-0, 5:59 to go in the game. And Jackie, we have moved to that time that you and I like so much when the clock runs a little bit. So time will be short on us here as we wind this thing down, which is okay.
I'm not complaining. We just spent 3.5 hours in the third quarter. I was trapped in Groundhog Day. I just kept looking up, and I said, surely it's not still the third quarter.
Oscar Graves, my friend, he owns Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning here in McClenny, and he sponsors our Wildcat Radio Coaches Show. Don't forget to tune in on Monday night, 7 o'clock on 97.5 WFBB. And you can hear us talk to the head coach, Kevin Mays. We've had a few Wildcat players come down and join our show so far this year. Chase Cruz has been down there, and last week we had Carson Crawford. You can count on us having another one of the Wildcats down there, maybe a couple of them this coming Monday night, and we'll talk about the off week and then what they'll do to prepare in the off week. And we'll take the next Monday night off from the coaches show as the team does not play next week, and then we'll hit you up again after the Westside game. So don't forget to listen in to the Wildcat Radio Coaches Show Monday night. Brought to you by Dependable Heating and Air. Cam Smith's going to take the carry, dive down to the 35-yard line, a gain of 8 yards on first down. The Wildcats continue to plug along here, well over 350 yards of offense on the night, heading toward that 400 mark. I don't think we've hit 400 this year.
No, you're right. We score quick and fast, but not a lot of yardage.
Second down play. Wildcats going to run it with Carson Crawford straight up the middle. Fakes the jet sweep coming that side. He had Blake Mays coming across for the jet sweep. He faked it to Mays and kept it himself for the first down, and the Cats move the chains. 122-6. Now, Jackie, the Wildcats have outscored opponents almost through 3 games.
Like Mays with that shifty move at Orange Park. He may have got himself into rotation. I like it.
Brian Mays with a turnover tonight. Picked up a fumble recovery on a punt earlier on in the game. Carson Crawford going to swing one out over here. He's got Tyler Richardson. Catch made by Richardson, number 21, and he's going to carry the ball down to the 20-yard line. Tyler Richardson makes the catch and picks up positive yardage for the Cats, about 7 yards on the play.
Good throw and catch that time. Good move by Tyler Richardson, picking up good yardage on that first down play. Bring up about a 2nd and 4 here. 4.5 minutes left in the ball game. Cats up 40-0.
4:20 to go in the ball game. Tyler Richardson, Timmy Richardson's boy. You know Timmy. Good athlete himself. Second down play coming up. 2nd down and 3. Crawford letting the clock run down here. Going to hand the ball straight ahead. Cam Smith got it. Cam Smith inside the 10, still on his feet, fighting guys down inside the 5, all the way down to the 2-yard line. Cam Smith would not go down.
Cam Smith, my goodness, Cam refuses to go down on first contact and able to pick up big yardage there. Going to bring the Cats all the way down to the 1-yard line. 3:45 left in the game, and Wildcats trying to score again.
Give it to Cam. Let him get the touchdown. Give it to him. Crawford goes under center. He is going to dive straight ahead, and the Cats push him into the end zone, and Crawford's still on his feet. Quarterback sneak for the touchdown. Makes it a 46-0 game, but what do you see?
We got a little extracurricular stuff down here at the wide receiver position. The flag's been thrown already, and a little bit of jawing back and forth down there. Touchdown's going to stand, but
touchdown.
I don't know who the flag's against. It's against the head white defender or the Wildcat receiver.
Official's going to come over and sort it out for us here. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Ed White. And they're going to assess the penalty on the kickoff. So,
all right.
All that time, the clock continued to run, so even better.
Nothing like getting up. I mean, how can you be unsportsmanlike when you're getting beat 46-0?
I don't know.
I mean, what can you say?
Some people would say it's easier to be unsportsmanlike when you're down 46-0. But flag down here, Ed White comes offside, so he's going to get the encroachment penalty and try the extra point again. Clock still running after the touchdown. We've run about 2 minutes off the clock here. So the good news is, with a 46-0 lead, the Wildcats will get out of here with a win tonight. We can say that, and they'll be 3-0 on the season. Blake Mays drills this one through the uprights, and it's good. 47-0. Wildcats on top. Under 2 minutes to go in the ball game. We'll keep it here through the end. I want to thank John Meadows and the folks down at Glen Baptist Church for making it possible for Wildcat football to be on the air each and every Friday night. You heard me mention the Wildcat Radio Coaches Show coming up Monday night at 7 o'clock. If you miss the Wildcat Radio Coaches Show, what John Meadows does is he re-airs the show 1 hour before kickoff each and every Friday night. So if you miss our show coming up Monday night, then before the Westside game in 2 weeks, tune in to 97.5 an hour before the game, and you can hear the Coaches Show in its entirety right before the kickoff of the game as we talk to Coach Kevin Mays.
Shout out John Meadows. Lee Generals beat the Revolt Trojans 26-18. John, a Lee General alumni down there. He swears they used to be good. Just kidding, John. I believe you.
Oh, they did. You remember Corky Rogers was a Lee General head coach before heading over to Bowles and building the tradition that he did over there for years. And Lee's had some resurgence here in the last few years. But
maybe in the band.
Wildcats again going to get the win here tonight at home, 47-0. And Jackie, if you add the scores up, that's 129-6, and the Wildcats have outscored 3 opponents here to start the year. Whew. How do you like those numbers? Blake May is going to get a touchback. Kicks one down inside the end zone, and Ed White will start at the 20-yard line for their last possession of the ball game here with the running clock. It won't take long. I want to thank all the Wildcat fans for listening in tonight across the way. For those of you who listen the old-fashioned way on the radio, that's great. And for those of you who listen the new-fashioned way with the YouTube video, even better.
High tech, man. Come a long way. Just glad to be a part of it. Just like that running clock, man. I'm saying I'm happy it's up there right now, but man, that thing. I mean, you look up. There was right before we scored. There was 5 minutes and something left on the clock, 4.5 minutes, and now we're down to a minute.
Ed White going to run the ball between the tackles here with the young running back, Gainey. Gainey is going to take it out across the 20 to the 22, and they might be able to run one more before we get out of here. Wildcats going to move to 3-0 tonight, Jackie, setting up for a good season for Coach Kevin Mays and his second year here with the Wildcats. A lot of football left to be played, but Wildcats off to a great start. 3 games, 3 wins. Wins against Bradford County, wins against Orange Park, and now a win tonight against the Ed White Commanders from the west side of Jacksonville. Gainey going to run it out across the 30. Wildcats will tackle him there. That's probably going to do it for the ball game. I want to thank you all for joining in tonight. We're going to take a couple of minute timeout, and we'll come back and wrap it up here from Memorial Stadium. Wildcats get the win, 47-0 against the Commanders from Ed White. We'll be back. You're listening to Wildcat Football on 97.5 WFBB.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinsChevy.com. Baker High Wildcats football is being brought to you by American Recycling Center. Recycling helps the environment. American Recycling offers compensation for cans, radiators, copper, brass, and aluminum. American Recycling Center located at 5325 Woodlawn Road. That's 1/2 mile west of 121 near I-10. Open weekdays from 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 to 1. Telephone 631-0152. That's 631-0152. American Recycling Center. Happy to support Baker High football.
For over 50 years, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546.
And we close it out here from Memorial Stadium. The Wildcats of Baker County, the big win, 47-0 against the visiting Commanders from Ed White. The Wildcats end with 433 yards of total offense tonight against 136 for Ed White. Wildcats ran 62 plays, probably the most plays that they've run from scrimmage this year. 144 yards through the air as Carson Crawford was 7 for 10 passing tonight with 2 touchdown passes. Crawford added 2 rushing touchdowns himself. The Wildcats ran for 289 yards against the Commanders. Here's a big disadvantage. Wildcats 24 first downs tonight. Ed White only 9. So the Wildcats gained 24 first downs against the Commanders tonight. Jamarian Baker, 14 carries, 95 yards. He was the leading carrier on the ground for the Wildcats. He added a touchdown. Carson Crawford, 10 carries, 92 yards. Cam Smith, another 16-carry performance with 69 yards. And Scooby Graham added 34 for that 289 total on the ground for the Wildcats. So Wildcats getting it done. Some guys catching the ball tonight. Cameron Crawford, 2 catches, 48 yards total, 2 touchdowns for Cameron, number 12. Wildcats got catches from J-Mod Ruiz, 1 catch for 35 yards, a beautiful throw down the sideline. Got another catch from Cam Smith, 1 catch for 32 yards. Scooby Graham caught a couple of passes, 2 catches, 23 yards. And Tyler Richardson, a catch for the Cats, 1 catch, 6 yards on the night for Tyler Richardson. So if you look at that, 5 different receivers tonight catching the ball for the Wildcats for Carson Crawford. Only 7 completions, and he split that out to 5 different guys. So Wildcats showing some different looks here, some screen passes tonight, some deep balls down the field. Throwing the ball looks good. 47 points on the scoreboard looks even better. And the Cats are 3-0, Jack.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about it, and Coach Mays talked about it in the coaches' show. He'd like to throw the ball a little more, start opening the passing game up, and he did just that tonight. We tried to hit Ed White in between the tackles over and over, and just, again, when Carson Crawford either decided to pull it and run it himself, it was open, or when he decided to throw it, he was able to connect. So a good job of mixing up the offense by the Wildcats tonight. Kevin Mays getting to work on a few things, and you keep having games like this with scores like that, you're able to do that. Now, you don't want to put everything out there for your opponents to see, week in and week out, but you want to work on a couple things, and they did just that. I thought both Crawfords had a great game tonight. That running back core, that 4-headed monster back there, and the offensive line, again, it was tough, to say the least, at first, but you sit there and you lean on guys all night, and you keep working them, and you saw in the fourth quarter, those lanes just started opening up for those running backs. So good job, great job again, both sides of the football, the offense moving the ball up and down the field, and that defense, 6 points through 3 games, that's unbelievable. Even when you get into situations like this, with the margin of victory that we have, you would think when you're able to get your backups into the game that these teams are going to score, and that just doesn't happen. So a lot of depth on this Wildcat team, and a great job all around.
Scoring average defensively of 2 points a game right now for this Cat defense. So Brock Kennedy, congratulations on what's happening so far. So take a little break, Wildcat fans. Next week, the Wildcats are off, a bye week next week. Nothing doing as far as football action next week, but we will have our Wildcat Radio Coaches Show Monday night, 7 o'clock. You can hear us on 97.5 WFBB. Look forward to talking to everyone from the Coaches Show Monday night, and look forward to seeing what this team can do the rest of the way. In 2 weeks, we'll be on the road at Westside High School over on the west side of Jacksonville, and the Wildcats will be back in action then. 2 weeks from tonight on October 2nd. So don't forget, no game next week, 2 weeks on the road at Westside. So for everybody listening in, we appreciate it, for all the sponsors making it possible for Wildcat football to be on the air. For statistician Justin Thomas, keeping us fresh with the numbers up here, we thank all the folks for listening in. Look forward to talking to you again Monday night from the Coaches Show, and then in 2 weeks from Westside High School, as the Wildcats will be back in action from over there. And Westside is one of those teams that we need to get a win against, Jackie. We got Westside and then Terry Parker, 2 away games coming up for these Cats after a week off. So those are 2 wins we need to get, and then come back here and focus on the Bulldogs in a few weeks.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. You look down that schedule, and Westside and Terry Parker, again, kind of like an Ed White, both athletic teams that can get after it. But that Bowls matchup, you hate to look past those other teams, but I know that's the one that I got circled on my schedule at home because, Bowls, the Trinities, the Bishop Kennys, those are the guys we like to get after a little bit.
Well, appreciate everybody listening in. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and the Wildcats victorious again, 3-0 on the season, 47-0 to win tonight. And we're going to send it back to 97.5 FM now. You've been listening to Wildcat Football on 97.5 FM WFBB.